degrees.
Now it's at 69.
Can you raise it back up?
No.
What? You can put it back on 69.
Ruth Ware? Is that the author? Or is that the name of the book?
Hey!
Ruth Ware. The book is called One by One.
Neat.
I did.
Hey!
Oh, side
Did you
note.
get my prezi?
Oops, sorry. Fuck. I got everything that was requested.
Perfect. I requested 5 things, which conveniently seems to all be there.
Oh, yeah. This is the only one that won anything. I'm surprised you didn't get yourself anything right.
I've heard about stories about that. And I was like, I'm gonna get something. Like, oh, and it's like, and do I have everything? I do. And you end up in the spot and like, hey, and my thing.
They
Right.
actually forgot to give me my blizzard. I had to go back in and get it.
Oh. Ah, and see, now it's raining. Well, sprinkling, but.
Raining on my way here. Something. Chocolate ice cream something.
Mine.
My something. Phone. I require coaster.
I was contemplating throwing that at you, but
That might.
you got me frozen hot
Yeah,
chocolate,
that's
so.
Oh, shit.
You got me frozen hot jockey.
What?
Frozen hot chalky. Oh, I have to bring the hockey.
Grace is on her way.
Yay!
Fuck you, shitty down the dude.
I know I am imperfect.
You know. Oh, spray yourself real quick.
What?
With Febreze in the hallway.
Clear
Did
flash.
you spray yourself?
I did spray myself.
Because I didn't, and then I did, like a lot.
Pass me one.
There's
The very first one didn't like spray at all. It was just like a solid stream of Febreze right into my face.
Ouch.
Fucking Alice just like took it to her shoulder and sprayed it directly to his shoulder.
You asshole! I almost spit out my fucking eye!
Yeah, like
Frozen hot chocolate!
Just want to point out I use Febreze quite a lot around here for obvious reasons. I didn't think it was a hard thing to do.
I just like misted the air and walked into it.
Yeah, that's what I did. I did like
Well,
a
to be
fancy
fair,
twirl too.
I normally have the Febreze, so.
Okay.
Every time
Oh,
I
the
spray
camera.
Yeah.
Same here. And every time I spray myself, just through the cologne, I just kind of spray directly towards my pits. So I was like, oh yeah, this is normal.
No, honestly, one of the best ways is you spray the air and you walk through it.
Does Febreze help
What is
with?
this stuff?
Honestly, because I actually went to P&G and they actually
Right,
talked about
I
the
would
actual
be-
molecule that they discovered that is in Febreze.
Say annoying.
It's
Enjoyable.
basically this molecule that's oval, a circle, and when it attracts, basically a lot of smells and dust particles are positively charged, and it's negatively charged. So it attracts it, and then it closes, which makes it heavy.
So the thing that actually like sucks up the smell helps
It's-
you with allergies.
It's
Okay.
in the
Green Lantern.
the coolest thing about Febreze is that it's a
didn't see Green
mechanical
Lantern.
reaction. Like it's using chemicals, but it's a mechanical thing where it just makes it heavier, and so it doesn't fly out. So it's really good for allergies. Granted, when they discovered it, they had like super high concentrations of the molecule, and they gave it to a guy to test out, and he just didn't smell like anything for the day. Like he like it's just like I was like, hey, go take this hunting, and he like sprayed it, and like nothing could smell me. So the concentration you see in those and stuff like that are less concentrated, and you sometimes have fumes, though none of ours should, because fumes wreak havoc with my shit.
They tell just the compound.
I've been looking for it, and no, they do not. The best way you can do is just get non-perfumed Febreze.
I love my strawberry flavored Febreze.
Why is it spicy?
But no, the coolest thing about it is that it's a mechanical reaction. It just makes shit heavier, and that's all it does. They have a big ass model of it too, of like the molecule itself, and it's like it looks like a prayer bead with like thick like things sticking out of it, like a prayer bead like bracelet. And they had like this animation of like, yeah, it goes to this and just like the electromagic, like they attract each other, and when they touch, it just goes,
Yeah.
and it just makes it heavy.
Alex, where can I get a fork?
The basket next to the above the trash can,
It's
this plastic ones.
It's also Mara in Pathfinder.
Yeah.
She's also a monk.
Just yells, I cast this.
But no,
She's a monk that has a fire leopard that we call Fire Cheetah.
I gotta admit,
It's actually.
I do wish they
I
sent.
The
have to
picture is
change-
actually Chester
Yeah,
Cheetah.
every single map that we load into, I have to manually change its picture from the normal, like, generic fire leopard or fire cheetah to Chester Cheetah. Like riding a surfboard.
Nice. Like full 90s power.
When I'm riding on them, I angle them so it looks like surfing, and then I put my character on top.
Same place.
Didn't listen.
I fucking love it.
Oh, the song is
Pixar.
yeah, Pixar Minecraft.
Oh, is this the one that got shared? That just picks for 10 hours? But it's also time-stamped?
I was
Time
watching
stamped everyone. I
Yeah, I
love
was,
it.
I was watching the 1 hour version, and I looked in the comments for something funny, and I just saw fucking the whole timestamp of the video.
I've heard of Pigstep, but this is my first time hearing Pigstep.
It's
It's
surprisingly
kind of
brutal.
nice, yeah.
It's like the
Dude,
best
what's
song in
that?
Minecraft now.
Minecraft has some bangers, man.
Yeah?
Yeah. Oh, like
Dude, that-
I'm in
like
the process
13?
of learning Sweden on piano.
13 or...
This shit I've-
Cat isn't good, but it is a classic.
Little guitar
I will say Cat's probably one of the weaker
I
ones.
could listen to
Smooth jazz
13 all day.
vibe. That's what I like.
There's one particular one that's just in the rotation,
Plus it's 12 hours.
And
Like,
I don't actually know its name.
Like,
but it is a
Well,
hard-hitting
it's
nostalgia hit for
Random
me.
videos.
Of like stopping my tracks and just like, oh, childhood.
But no, like that.
Right?
See, I have the
right
same
there,
issue,
how
but
good
it's
was
my
Pixar?
beard.
Guess what? I have both issues sometimes. I can't fucking hair my ice cream. Or I guess ice cream in my hair.
I do wish I could get just pure concentrated Febreze molecule.
Right in the black market.
Yep, I have seen that before.
I just looked over and was like, suddenly surprised that you had long hair, and I'm not sure why. Like, I think I had a dream a couple of weeks ago where you didn't have long hair, and just suddenly I looked over and I'm like, you do have long hair. That's weird.
Yo.
I didn't notice.
When you guys appear in my dreams, it happens periodically because I have vivid dreams. A lot of times it's not you, as in like your physical manifestation. It is an amorphous blob or like a set of characteristics that just my brain goes, "That's Michael," or "That's Brett."
That's what happens when I astrally project into your dreams.
we occasionally have dream parties in your mind while you sleep.
It's
And we
fine.
always have to send 1 or 2 people to distract you while we do it.
It's the easiest way to do LAN parties now.
I hate how true that is.
What the fuck I was going to look up? The easiest way to do LAN parties is astral projecting into your friends'
Just
brain.
like your sleep schedule gets off, and we're like, come on, we want to play zombies! Go to bed!
Very much that. Why is the server down? It's 4 a.m.
He's gonna text, God damn it, Alex, go to sleep.
And you think it's just because we're being good friends and notice you online at odd hours, but really we just want to play COD.
Understandable. I feel like with my vividness of my dreams is because I have the best map.
Yeah.
Also, Gage,
Yes.
you have a fucking doppelganger right now
I was trying
on
to
the
get Brady
Kilborn
to help
Junior
me
Varsity
find that
Volleyball team.
picture.
Oh shit!
And
You
in
got
order
pictures?
to help him,
What?
I did not
took
take
this
pictures.
picture of me.
So KJ, my little brother, plays junior volleyball or JV volleyball. And then they played the
Every
Kilborn
time I see it on
team
my
today.
gallery, I think it's
And
the
there's a
most
guy
cursed
that
thing
looks
I've
like
ever
you.
done. The picture I
To like,
took of
as you
myself
currently
to help
look
me
now,
find that anime
to a
thing.
disturbing
To be
amount.
fair, it's spot on.
Every time I look at it, I'm like, that is disgusting. I hate it.
Wait, what is this?
Say, you almost fucking killed me!
Oh yeah,
I can't make it sideways, but
it's okay. Put it on.
Every time I see that on my camera roll, I'm like, I hate that that exists. I love that it does.
Like I started to I need some way to swallow the liquid that is currently in my mouth before she shows me this picture, and you showed me the picture, and I'm
That was
That was Evan's first go.
no bitches. This was praise. I was looking for a picture picture like the one I sent.
That reminds me, like,
Thank you again. Yeah.
6 years ago, my screensaver, or not my screensaver, my background on my computer was a compilation of all of our ugliest pictures.
I'm gonna take more pictures. I used to like just take pictures of people at the end.
I had my profile picture on Facebook was just a fucking compilation of us thrown together for a while.
It might have been the same
I've
one.
taken a picture of in D&D is 2 pictures of Gage, and they're both glorious pictures.
Sounds pretty gay.
One, he looks like a fucking gnome. The other, he looks like an eldritch abomination.
Are you saying that gnomes and eldritch abominations are not incredibly sexy?
I wasn't expecting you to end
are.
a sentence like that. I'm gonna be real.
How he was gonna end that sentence, but I didn't accept.
I wasn't surprised.
Oh, that hurt!
On a side note, good on your phone for winning.
Directly into my ear.
I'll turn the feed back. I am
He leaned over and shouted.
I started laughing over the strap. I said, I was like, oh, thank you. Michael just went, ow!
I was! But at that exact moment, I also happened to be slamming the ball of my ankle into Alex's cabinet. and ruining Pig Step. You
That explains a lot more, because, like, the cable doesn't hurt that bad.
But no, I took one more step and bashed it right into the
Yep. Nice age word. It gets harder with age.
A. I don't know why I said A.
Because it, much like alcohol, harder with age.
What?
No.
Like hard is an alcoholic hard. It's like wine gets harder with age.
Actually,
I've
it doesn't.
never heard
No, it
that
doesn't.
cider. Also,
Or was it?
No, it's cider. It doesn't.
Yes. Pretend I said cider. Everyone.
I'm growing more and more
It
concerned that I'm
doesn't,
more aware
though.
of how alcohol
Huh?
works.
It doesn't, though.
It does. You just don't know how alcohol works. I know more than you. It's okay.
Unhappy.
I'd say I work in liquor, so I know more than you, but I don't. I just know how
hardly
to.
know her.
I know. I just know how to sell shit
What the fuck did that go?
and what tequila.
Is it under my
and-
shirt?
It's around
There's
the
a
heel of your foot.
$300 bottle
Oh,
of
there it is.
tequila. That is mediocre at best.
You
What
are
is mediocre?
talking about this to the wrong person.
Yeah, you're tasting alcohol as shit.
no, it was walking down to me.
Oh. Statement.
I don't have a taste of alcohol.
Exactly.
I do.
Stand by my statement.
I like rum.
Did I pluck my... Evan, can you do me a favor?
No, don't
You-
do it. Don't
Can you take my ice cream out of Alex's fridge and put it in the freezer, please?
Y'all gonna kill me because this is the 3rd time in a row where I've drinking something from this fucking cup.
Well, then maybe you should stop drinking.
Okay.
This is quite
This
good.
is an intervention.
do it. They can grind this stuff well. Oh, that ice.
Fuck you.
Your Christmas gallbladder?
Yeah.
I have a thing of vodka,
Oh,
but I
Christmas
bought
gall.
it. Yeah, Crystal Skull.
Mhm.
I bought it.
This is what was my profile picture for a while.
Beautiful.
Nice little circle.
Yes.
Perfect.
Who?
Took me a
Which
second
dog is in the fucking
to realize where I was in that picture.
Where is it? Where is it?
Took me a second.
I love me the least time.
I can tell where Michael is. Where is that?
I mean, it took you.
There's Alex. There's
Fucking
Steve.
do it! Fucking do it!
Do it!
Wait, am I in there?
Yes.
I did not see that. Oh, shit.
My immortal dick is get on fire
found you.
and can't be stopped. You got a text from Hannah Banana.
Hold on, I gotta see this. Ah, there I am. Yeah.
Where is it?
I found it so easily because the screen is curved a little bit, so it was facing directly at me.
I just saw Alex immediately.
That's beautiful.
That's the
I
best
love it.
picture. That
It really is.
picture is it's the same picture that is my spray TF2.
Is it the whole thing, or am I just cut off your nose?
It's with the white background and everything.
just get recognized one day, and it's like, oh, it's you! We played D&D together!
Something so cursed about somebody's just unedited face that he just sprayed into a wall into a video game.
It's such a normal picture. Like, you look like the most normal person that has ever lived in that picture. Like,
You know what that picture was? It's my college student ID photo. Which you could submit yourself, and I'm like, it's like, oh, cool. I'm going to submit a really high-res, good copy of mine. And it was. That's what I did.
Well, thank you for that really high-res copy.
Because, like, you can put, like, you can take it on their, like, little shitty 480 webcam, or you could submit your own, and I'm like, fuck that, I'm doing that. But they had all these requirements, and I'm like, well, I could do that.
Yeah. Hey, Grace, come.
Mm-hmm. We actually are going to get started. She has something to do real quick.
Hey! Would you like some warm bread? And it's not cold.
No. Why would you start off describing it as warm if it's not?
Would you like some warm bread?
She's got this hate-hate relationship with the quote-unquote toast they have.
Looking through my notes of last session. And the bottom one is big popcorn. And at first my mind went to, like, corporate popcorn. Fucking big popcorn,
man. They got it cornered. The market corner.
Market is cornered.
Cornered. But yeah,
I've made worse jokes, you know.
I have not listened to last session. It's the first time in like 12 sessions I have not listened to the session beforehand. I just never ingested it, and so I never like did it. So I actually don't know what time of day it is, because believe it or not, that's how I figure it out. Because I say at the end of sessions, and I listen to myself. And this one's a particularly long one.
6 a.m.
It's early, but it's not. Cause no,
that's right, because we got up early because we wanted to go see the Cobalt.
We got up early. It took us 2 hours to get to the Cobalt, 2 hours to get back.
No, you would definitely.
10 o'clock.
No, it's definitely before 8. Because,
It's like, I think about 8, because we were waiting for like an hour before the session ended.
Yes, it is now past 8, but when you entered the lodge, it was pre-8.
Okay.
And that was a big deal because McPherson gets up at 8. And, he wasn't there.
Gotcha. And we just kind of confidently walked into the kitchen and was immediately accosted by an angry chef.
Who suddenly became very, like, compliant and nice.
Yep. Quite good. He's a nice bookmark.
Michael's mom got it for me.
Yeah, it was, he was a commoner. He was proficiency with cooking supplies.
Thanks for saying. Well, it does now.
It stands for shit stain in my mind.
I mean, it can say that.
Fuck yeah.
I feel like I could legitimately listen to this for 10 hours and not get tired of it. This is a fucking banger.
I listened to this hour loop twice before. The first time I was like making up raps with it while counting coins, and then I started showering to it.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
I like that it's got the pops.
Yeah, it would legitimately just make a really good beat.
It's in the fucking nether.
Really?
Mm-hmm. It's only found in Nethercore dishes. Not Nethercore dishes,
The Piglin Strongholds.
yeah.
Well, I've never heard of it. Okay.
I've only ever found one.
Got added in 1.16. Which honestly,
I didn't even know it existed until I saw
Nether update? Or big stuff?
this song.
Like, I bet they don't advertise, like, dropping the albums and stuff like that.
Talked about the song getting like. Granted, I like have Minecraft shoved in my face when it happens because the internet knows I'm a nerd.
Mm-hmm.
That's not the only thing that they can definitively determine about me.
They keep trying to take stabs at your sexuality, but it's not working.
I think they advertised the new music when they dropped, was it 1.18? They dropped a couple of songs.
They added another album. It's the same vein that 11 is.
Spooky? Forgetting the things about the sex area, then you have an issue.
Sexy cyborgs in your area.
So, it is about 8:30 a.m. Nook has just entered.
Nook?
has just entered the basement. You guys are all down there. You've been down here for about 40 minutes. Oh yeah, we actually don't need either of those. You good?
Yeah, you just give my pencil away. Upgrade.
Downgrade.
Oh, we should move this.
Why you put it all the way over there?
No.
First of all, there's nothing in it. You can throw it away. Second of all, just like you've lost McDonald's privileges.
No, I'm just preventing this from getting. Oh. I would not have noticed that if you had made a joke about the bag, and I had to refer back to the reason. So, it's roughly 8. It's like 8:20. Give or take some minutes. Tanner is still invisible for the next, 5 minutes, I believe. And... Actually, can we drop... Not drop, but just turn it down a little bit.
I can get to actual music.
That's not what we're listening to in the
I don't know, that was pretty solid.
Just Darwin has AirPods in, nodding his head to this in the background.
Well, my
You can
concern
faintly hear
is,
it.
like,
No
even if it's a
5B.
private video,
No 5B
is
is
there a
not
chance that,
monsters, too.
YouTube might, mute the audio in it if it's got copyrighted music underneath it?
I did not think about that. I don't know.
I don't think Minecraft.
Because it's not published, it's like a private playlist. You need to be invited to the playlist. It's literally just hosting our videos.
YouTube still sees it though. So.
Plus most of
I
them
think if we try to monetize it, you have an option of saying
mute the audio.
mute audio that it finds. But it's not monetized and it's a private video, so I don't think it's gonna miss anything.
Plus it's Minecraft. I'm pretty sure a while
Everybody
ago
knew,
gave some people like, yo, yeah, you can make videos of our game.
No, I'm not too worried about it too much.
Oh, your fucking private D&D session that starts with our audio. No.
But that is something.
Step.
In case people want to know about this, the playlist that's up is a private playlist. You need a link to get to it, so you can't just search for it or anything like that. So.
They're all listed.
Yeah, it is literally a storage thing / it makes it easier to, just listen to them and stuff.
I would be using the tiny guy this because it does not betray me and give me two
Roll it now. Now. Right now. Right here. Right now.
I think I mentioned this last time, but now that I've heard a goose, it has been added to Minesis.
Sounds good.
Hey. That just reminded me. Can Gunmar meet a
Can he sleep in
moose
the
before
desert?
he gets summoned steed?
Oh, that. Okay.
Yeah, no, this is the first time I heard a
He
goose
wants
in
I
my
want him-
life.
When he gets summoned steed, he wants it to be like a moose.
And I want it to be justified, because Gunmar has never seen a moose before, but I want it to be a moose.
I could try working that out. I'm just gonna tell you right now, the antlers aren't gonna be as big as you like a full-blown moose.
I am aware.
But then again, there is some greater steed.
Yep.
Which you could do that with and also give it wings.
It's how bait climbs on the ceiling.
I want a flying moose.
Moose are really big. They also don't like being ridden.
Like the Russians tried to use them as cavalry in one of the World Wars, and it got mixed results.
That pause killed me. Moose don't like to be ridden, like the Russians.
If I was Russian, I wouldn't not do it either.
I would.
Also, my hand is healing.
Nice.
So, it is 8:20. We are now actually starting. It's about 8:20 a.m. Nuke has just entered. He has seen all you guys. Was a little surprised. But is mostly talking to Sparky. He is talking in common now after you had in greetings and stuff like that. His common is good enough, but you can tell it's a second language learned later in life. So he's not a full natural speaker. I would say you spoke common as common goes. There were other tribes and other things like that. Plus, to talk with Aarakocras and you spoke common. Anyway, no, you didn't learn Draconic till recently.
I learned one of my languages is primordial, just so I could speak to.
Oh yeah, I guess that is a thing.
But it's not important.
Anyway, you do know common. Everyone knows common. Anyway, He has just mentioned that he has a bandit problem.
As a side note, I have the words 40-minute route written down, so I'm assuming that's how long it took us to get back from where we found it.
Yes.
Okay.
You went 40 minutes into the... this was a passing thing, but I should, I guess, explicitly state it. On the top side, the manhole covers are very systematic. Like, they're, like, within a few feet, a relatively a certain distance each time, all across. Underground, it's a labyrinth. It is not a grid. They end up being, like, a certain distance apart, but it is a maze work of tunnels and right turns and dead ends. You recognize this as a common defense strategy of just cobalt tunnels. If you remember Skyrim, every once in a while there'd just be a wall with a grate at the bottom, like, this is a dead end because they need a dead end. This was like that, but intentional. So water can get through relatively easily, but it is a maze down here. A labyrinth, I should say. No, because a labyrinth actually has a biblical thing that is just, it's actually really not even a maze.
Labyrinth are older than the
Yes, they are. But labyrinths themselves are two
like
lines that
straight
start in a
winding
square.
path.
Yeah,
Not a straight, but a single
Yeah.
pointing.
yeah. And it just mirrors itself, and it's incredibly easy to get out of a labyrinth. Pick a direction.
Need a tape.
Oh shit, we have tape. But yeah, it's a maze. So in case that wasn't clear, like, it's super organized top side, it is not organized bottom. I'm good. No!
Nice one.
Gesundheit.
I see what you don't have to do.
It's wirelessly snug.
If I could do that, everyone in the world would be sneezing other than me. I would never sneeze again. I have sneezed enough in my lifetime.
You send it to one person in like Nigeria.
But yeah, Nuke has just come topside. He started taking common, and he just said, and we will pick up from here. I have a bandit problem.
In the sewers or city?
The sewers. Some friends of ours, they help us periodically and trade with us. They've been acting strange. And it's gotten concerning, and we just need to know a little bit more. At least I need to know a little bit more. It's got a lot of us, including my chieftain, spooked to the point that he won't leave anymore for political reasons, basically. But I'm not going to get into that right now. But they are... when they last came by, they were acting weird, and we're just really concerned about them. And they need... I need to know more about them and what's going on, and, get our friends back.
I'm assuming these are the kobolds?
No, they're what you would refer to as bandits.
Oh, just like regular people that are...
Mm-hmm. They come and meet with us and trade and have so for several years now.
Sorry, I don't think you know what a bandit is. Like, sorry, out of character, like, is this...
Yeah, this is him not knowing what a bandit is.
Cool. That's not quite what bandits are.
No.
They introduced themselves as bandits. They said they were a band. They worked together.
Introducing someone as a band does not make them bandits.
No, they said they were a band of bandits. They introduced themselves as bandits.
That'd make them bandits.
Was that possibly the name of their group?
No, no, their name was Cantus Crew.
This has evolved into a big fucking problem.
Sparky just freezes for a moment and takes that all in. Okay,
Look, they've traded with us for years, ever since they came into our tunnels. We first were introduced to them when they made camp there, and we didn't want them in our tunnels, but they had disabled all our traps, and we don't really do forward pushes. But they were amicable and kept to themselves. Several months went by, from what I understand it. We started trading periodically, and we've traded maps. They've given us precious ores and goods, and we've been able to make crafts, and they will take them and sell them.
no.
They're kind of our only lifeline out of the sewer systems.
Michael just lost the question. What made you think they were acting so?
Well,
Sparky's thinking they accidentally did something that makes the Cantus crew think they're not doing anything, or like they're starting to distance themselves. Like I'm worried about the kobolds.
Oh, okay.
Associated with Cantus, or not Cantus, but
yeah, no. So I'm usually one of the guards that meets with one of our talkers. Sometimes it's myself. Sometimes I'm just a guard, a scout, as is my normal standing. Normally they come, we meet in one of the bigger, there's actually a word for this and I can't remember it, but it's a domed area underground. I'm going to call it a hollow. It's not, but we meet in one of the numerous hollows that we've made. Numerous hollows. And they bring usually a cart that's been modified to go through our tunnels, and they bring goods, and we carry ours on our backs, and we talk for a couple hours, usually have a meal together, trade, talk about news, and then we meet about once a month. And it's usually the same guy with a couple of his own guards. Sometimes it's a different person, but it's been going on for several years now. And this last time they came, they were just looking different. They were gaunter, sickly. They weren't as lively when they talked. We were worried that maybe they're sick or have a plague of some sort. When that news was brought back to the tribe, it's causing this rift, and they aren't liked by everybody. Though they treat us neutrally and fairly, and I see no issues with them. They've never done me harm or any of my people. And so I'm worried for them. I consider them, if not friends, good acquaintances. Along with many in my tribe. Many of our tribe would not have had the chance of goods if it weren't for these people. And he points to his crossbow. These would be items we would never have been able to acquire. So they're a major lifeline, besides them and other members of the council and the government.
Okay. So obviously I want to help. Can you direct us there, or how is this? How can we help?
I am not allowed to give you any information about systems. I'm sorry, you are still outsiders. I don't know you enough, but this would be a lot of help into progressing that. And you can go topside, and what I need is topside. I need information. I just need to know about them. They haven't been in the initial place they've camped for several years now. They've moved and changed positions.
Where was that?
They may camp in a section of the Cantus Ward in the northern area, but they haven't been there for years. But I just need to know more about them, what's going on and stuff. They were due to meet again in 2 weeks, and I'm not sure if they'll be coming or if we'll even if I will be allowed to show up. So I'm just worried for my friends. If you can go topside, talk to whoever's heard of this crew, these people. I'm sure they're well known. They are always amicable and trade quite a bit with us. And so if you can just find out what happened, I can bring that information back. And it might be able to help settle tensions right now in the
I can
the tribe.
absolutely do that. In fact, we can right now and do that. One small thing. Bandit means something different.
I didn't know it had meaning. I thought it was just meant to group.
It has kind of a negative light to it on the surface. So maybe just make sure you try not to use that word next time.
Alright, I'll refer them by name then.
Okay.
No, actually, bandits is better.
Yeah.
Alright.
Bandits is fine enough. It's not that you guys talk to service dogs all that often.
We almost never do. This would
yeah.
be... I will admit, this is me breaking already some unspoken rules among our tribe. But I am
know
worried.
what you're talking about. I have never seen another city.
That's...
There's one right there.
There's one right
Then that kind of like get the thunder cross.
That's...
right you are, Vanya, and I say it again, you're
That's part of the point, actually. We don't interact. We've not been here since the founding of this city. We were guests many generations ago. And we've stayed and we've been useful, but the reason we had to come here in the first place, and why we had to leave that home before and the home before that, it's still fresh in the memories of many of our elders. And it's been good here. We do not wish to rock the boat, so to say. The council has respected our wishes, from what I understand, from one of the meetings I've met, and we have given in return, and it's a good relationship. I don't want to leave this place. It's nice, and we built these walls. Some of them, at least. He points to the lodge, like, I did not build this, but he points to 8, and like, I helped with this.
Yes.
Well, at least my family ancestors did. I actually haven't laid brick my whole life. Most of this was built in generations past.
I mean, honestly, bricklaying is kind of like it's not great. It's not missing anything.
It's very tedious.
But yeah, I think the kitchen's. Is there anything else you're allowed to tell me?
Not so much. I can't give you locations or anything like that. We have not come into agreement. I'm already stepping out of the bounds of what I'm really by even talking to you, but tensions in our group and our tribe are high right now, and high enough that the chief can't leave for his weekly meetings.
I thought they were bi-weekly.
Were they bi-weekly?
I think it's bi-weekly.
Bi-weekly. You can't leave for the bi-weekly meetings. I can't keep myself straight. Me and logistics. But he can't leave for the meetings. This whole thing with our friends has been tearing the tribe apart. If I can come back with some, just what's going on, maybe we can help them, I think it would calm everything down.
A side note to kind of cut down on the need to have means of communicating telepathically. How deep are the sewers?
It depends. So you notice something that a lot of the sewers are multi-layer because it can only go down. It all has to go down in a degree.
Yeah.
Periodically, if it would just continue, it would like just keep going and going and going. And sometimes, like within a couple 100 feet, you could be dozens of feet below the surface. They mitigate this by what's known as a step system, and so.
Kind of like this.
No, a step system is a it's like shorter sewer drains that are very predictable, and there's holes underneath and it just recreates it, but turns it a different direction. We don't really do this anymore. Normally we pump up and then goes back down again to a certain hit.
Yeah,
pumps are actually incredibly complicated and hard to power. So they can go deep. And you're looking at an average of as low as a couple inches to at max before it drops down to the second level, which is functionally not used for travel. It is pure sewage or rainwater. So that doesn't have people in it, but it keeps going down that far. The top of that level would be as most 20-25 feet.
Right. So what you're saying is there are a lot of places in the sewers that are less than 120 feet.
Very much so.
Okay. I'm sure you don't much about the surface.
I actually know quite a bit about the surface geographically wise. I'm one of the surface walkers.
Okay, that makes things a lot easier. I can communicate telepathically just through the brain.
Okay.
But I would have to be near you to do that. The need for such secrets at a time and a place for each day. Report, I will go there.
Okay. We can definitely do that. Would here work?
Yes, absolutely. I could just go to the side of the building and do this.
Yeah.
No, the lodge is special.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, there's only one entrance via the sewers, and the way the labyrinth works, the closest entrance, this one, is the only entrance. It had to do with stuff I'm not allowed to talk to you about. But no, this is the only true sewer entrance for quite a distance.
I think what Sparky means is going outside and then talking through a wall and ground to you.
I guess that would be less than how far could you do?
120.
Oh yes, that would work.
Okay. What time do you feel comfortable with me? Like this time, Val?
Actually, the beginning of my walk shift, I go 4 times a week, for various reasons, tribal reasons. I'm here functionally every other day.
Okay.
My first day would actually be, in this particular case, would be tonight, as I last went out the night before.
The start of his walking. What time would that be?
Night. Around 9 to... I think it's getting close to the 10 p.m. now.
If I have news to report, I will come here at 10 p.m. Also come here at that time, maybe wait.
All right.
Probably not that long. But if I have news, I will communicate.
You okay?
Thank you. If you have anything to report, but do make it quick. I'm only topside for as long as I need to be, and delaying it can mess up my schedule. I can't stay more than 15-30 minutes.
I was also one of the runners for my kobold. We actually ended up getting rid of that position entirely.
Wow.
Actually, quite incredible. We the kobolds actually work on the surface now as well.
Really?
Do you know of Hinterfell? Probably.
Vaguely. No, I know some of the cities close, within several days' travel.
It is.
Yeah, I think I've seen it on a map, but it might as well be a continent away, I must say.
I started slowly helping kobolds make friendly with the locals, and they allowed us to come up and stay. Accepted us as one of the goodly races.
That's fascinating.
We actually helped build a water mill too.
Oh.
So we've even helped improve.
I think my chieftain would like to hear that. I'm not 100%. I don't know if I would necessarily. I might go topside, but I do it as my duty to the tribe. I'm not even sure if I like it or not. I am good at it though.
I mean, that's basically how I was. But then, kind of, instead of just going topside, I more traded with people, kind of thing. I was kind of the liaison.
All right.
Until everything got fully established. But I shouldn't keep you. We will go immediately. Anybody else have any questions? I know this is kind of my... Okay, well,
I will see you tonight.
The guy, what's his name? The owner of this place.
McPherson.
Do you guys know McPherson? Is he like on the up with you guys?
I'm just double checking his name. Sorry, that's where
sure it is.
I'm in McPherson. McPherson, not Mac. Yes and no. We worked with his father. Well, we didn't work with... His father was around... Or was it his grandfather? Was it older than that? I don't know the history of it. We had a relationship with one of the owners of this building. One of the ones who built it in general. It's one of the reasons it has a unique situation when it comes to the sewers. From what I understand, no. He does not know about us in a sense of what we are, who we are. We get the feeling that a story of some kind has been passed down. Sometimes we leave offerings here, and sometimes we take their pantries, especially when times are good, and leave some trinkets behind as payment. Though recently, past several years, we've just left gold, as we've had trading partners with the Cantus crew.
Really appreciate the extra gold.
No, we thank for some of his provisions that he can buy are much longer lasting and well sealed, and it's better than what we can do down in the sewers. We do have limitations, unfortunately.
Seems like a lot of things are easier on the surface.
Some things, but other things are not possible at all. And it is my home. You would know that one of the biggest things as a kobold is fires. And fires in smoking meats. It's a difficult thing to do without being really obvious that you're doing it. There are ways to get around it, but one of the ways involves sealed rooms and having very, very hot fires outside of the smoking room that can burn up all the contaminants so you have a smokeless fire. There's a lot of... It's a very difficult thing to do, especially in large scale, underground, and inconspicuously. You would just know that as a kobold.
Yeah. We'll head out now. We'll see you tonight. Or I will. If I find anything, I'll contact you.
Alright, I'll be here at
If you
9.
don't hear me within 15 minutes, go about your day.
I will.
So it was 10 p.m., yeah? Close to 10 p.m.
10 is going to be the easiest, yes. Solid background music.
It really is.
1.3 different people were vibing to the music.
0.3.
3 different people.
I also heard one.
I
I
also
heard 1.3.
I think he said
At one point.
At one. Okay.
Okay. And then with that,
He goes down the drain. You hear a click, and the cover, which is made of cast iron, you can now see, by the way, as it's open, that there is a hinge mechanism on the bottom that was not visible. And it falls, and when it gets to about an inch off the ground, you just see it slowly close. Knowing your just background and stuff like that, that is a cobalt hinge. It's a way of, it's a soft close hinge.
Yeah.
There's like literally dozens of ways to doing it. You know of them. You know how that works.
Right.
But what it does is it soft closes something, even something very heavy.
I like to think that some of the other people in the party flinch when it starts, but Sparky just continues on like it's not happening. Okay, we need to get out of here.
Your invisibility has just fallen, like just now after this, now fallen.
I just appear next to Sparky.
Oh, hey, Tanner.
Hey. There you are.
Should I turn into an animal? Can you like hold me? Like we got it.
That's
a
not the worst
fantastic
idea.
Yeah, actually it is.
What's something?
Can you do a medium-sized animal?
What's the most dangerous thing you can turn into?
Bear.
I think right now a giant spider, maybe?
Would work.
They would have noticed
how
if
would
there was
we-
a giant
I could also
spider.
turn into a riding horse.
Yeah, but that wouldn't be a problem. A giant spider would've.
Is there a giant? I
It'd be
could
a
turn
different
into?
kind of problems. Like, how are you down
Sure,
here?
giant
Giant
rat.
rats. a
Giant
thing.
rats is very much a thing. It's a medium
Yeah,
creature.
turn into a giant rat.
Wasn't Ursa?
So we kind of need you, since you're going to be alive, we kind of need to be able to like hold you still if we've captured a live specimen. No, we should not carry a giant rat through the lobby of this hotel.
I was going to say, yeah, it seems like a bad idea.
Let's just leave.
You could put me in a bag.
We could put anything in a bag.
I also know how many of us
Also-
came down here.
Yeah, there's that too.
We lost one.
I mean,
No, we actually gave
Actually,
one.
no, they
we
don't.
gained one.
There's the extra person coming out.
Are you able to do that again?
Nope.
We'll just gloss over it. We'll just leave.
Found them.
Oh my god, we can put you in manacles.
Good.
They know you. They know us.
He'll be coming back to the
The
place.
kitchen staff
Yeah.
don't.
The kitchen staff don't, but the
Servers do.
He's staying here.
I'm sure it'll,
This guy's here.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
You know what? Let's just go. I mean, we brazenly walked in. I feel like we can brazenly walk out.
They know we're down here.
Yeah. Okay,
I'll
let's.
just be in the middle behind all the big people.
Yes.
halfling. Is that specifically a Lightfoot halfling?
Nope, that's an anything happening.
No, that's
That's
Like
everything.
just being
halfling.
able to hide behind.
no,
No.
that's a Lightfoot halfling.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Hiding is a late foot,
Yeah.
but moving through is any halfling.
So yeah, we kind of get in a position where
We make the hip a circle.
it's kind of like. Yeah.
Is that full?
It's a narrow staircase. I need a line.
Okay, Ander's in the middle.
And it's in the middle, preferably between two
Oh,
large
I can go in
humans.
front.
Gunmar and Darwin are between.
Anybody have a napkin?
Or Tanner's between Gunmar and Darwin.
And Beck comes out at Charlie in
I
the
think
front.
Sparky goes in front. But
Okay, I'll
Sparky's
be
been
second
facing.
Yeah. Okay. I'll be in the back then. Just
Okay, sorry.
We could really screw with them. Put the two halflings next to each other. Yeah, there were always two of them.
Give me that order one more time.
So Sparky,
Sparky, Squark,
Squark, Gunmar,
Gunmar, Tanner.
Tanner. Do you want Vanya next to Tanner? Tanner, Vanya, Darwin, Beck.
Back and back.
You're not the last one. It's weird.
Yeah.
Pin back. If anyone asks,
Okay, so you guys line up. You unblock the door. I forget how.
I'm
Immovable
There was a
rock.
mover up.
I'm going to take my hat off, put it back, make it look like there's some. I'm going to be the first one that walks out. They'll see my clothes first, and hopefully not question everybody else's.
Okay. As you exit,
Like a
Full, like, purple eyes, smoldering armor, and, like, billowing cape.
I'm now dirty.
oh,
oh shit! So am I.
So am I, but like for different reasons.
Damn it, we gotta get that
We can
soap
make
for...
3 people dirty each.
Alright, who wants to be dirty?
Well, you can be dirty
No.
from the hat of disguise.
Yes.
So you can do other people. I can 2 other people.
And that's everybody.
everyone. They all just look terrible.
Yeah, we start making people look dirty like we've been in the sewer.
Well,
Actually, no, it's actually making them dirty. Like,
Yeah.
I just look dirty. Everybody else
Everyone
is actually dirty.
filthy.
better
We
clean.
smell.
We will clean you immediately once we get outside. I know. I hate it too.
So
And
do you
Sparky
want?
opens the door.
The idea basically is we prestidigitate it like.
No, I got that.
Yeah.
Do you look like you've been in the sewers or in like mud?
Sewer. And
Do we want them to think about the sewers down here?
oh shit, no, we don't.
No. I figured just like dirty, like we've been running
Crap,
around
Yeah,
in a
like
cellar,
dust and like.
dust and debris.
It is a cantrip.
Grasses and
It's
stuff.
dust, mud,
Yeah.
splatter, stuff like that. But blood, whip, tearing,
Yeah.
can't do that.
Okay. Well, we'll do like like we've been roughed up.
Yeah.
Not so
Like
much.
we've been rolling around in a dirty sewer or dirty
basement.
Dusty
yeah,
basement.
dusty basement.
Okay,
Cobwebs.
you can definitely do that.
Cobwebs.
That actually might be asking a lot, cobwebs. It is a cantrip after all.
Yes.
What would we say we were doing if they ask?
Don't ask.
We
Let's
took care
all
of it.
let's all look really miserable and like we don't want to talk about it.
That.
I mean, some of them looked like they were ready to ask questions about this.
One
Like
of
they
them
may
was.
press us.
One of them was.
I can still
We
be a
sent
giant.
He's the
Sparky and
boss.
Gunmar.
Oh, we can have an argument.
All right,
about
yeah,
it.
Yeah, arguments make people uncomfortable.
true.
And then everybody just
I'll just keep walking.
files in.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what we're gonna argue about.
Doesn't matter.
Stupid
I don't know,
fucking
you stupid
noise.
Wait,
piece
wait.
of shit. Maybe you should have protected me.
Motherfucker, I will pick you up
Are
and
you
throw you,
enjoying-
you
Why would
piece
you
of
make
shit!
that stupid?
I don't give a shit. I'll
noise?
strike you with lightning, you mother.
This is why you don't get close to the thing,
This
goddammit!
is why we
I
don't
swear
have
to God, if you
jobs.
ever put me in that much danger again, you are out of the party.
It's your own goddamn
It's
fault!
not. You're supposed to be there to help me.
I can't
I
do a
was
whistle.
preoccupied with
You
something!
hear a ear blasting whistle.
I can't do it either.
No, but like a full on just. And in this small
Please don't
enclosed
say a
room,
whistle.
Yeah.
Gunmore and I both turn and go, what? What?
McPherson is there.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah, I bet he is.
The owner of the lot.
Oh yeah, he's here!
So,
Just angrily handed his
That's what I
feet back
rolled.
and go past.
I want to let you know.
Just, like, angrily shoving
McPherson,
his
This is
hand.
in
probably
his
a bad idea.
six
He's a
foot,
big guy, isn't he?
6'8", big man, hard, brawny soldiers, nothing but deep black hair, all just huge mane, big ass beard, big bushy eyebrows. You can hardly see his eyes. What you can see though is a very inquisitive gaze, and next to him you can see the head chef. You can also see that it's been an hour. There's another sous chef who's also working the stations. So obviously the next guy has come in and he's talking there, and you just see that apparently they were having a conversation near the front of the kitchen as you burst open, and McPherson has just brought his fingers down from his mouth, and he just like starts walking over to you guys. At this point, about half of you are out.
About me and Vanya.
Should have gone through the sewers.
Tana, you have just exited, but he's focusing on Sparky and Gunmar.
it was a good plan, I just want to say. If McPherson wasn't the one there, this was a good
It's
plan.
still a good plan. Lean in. Double down.
Sure. I hear I had trouble in my basement.
Yeah.
Yes, you did. I'm surprised you don't know about it.
I hear it was a guild contract,
Indeed it was.
which means you would carry the contract.
Fuck.
The dragon acided it.
So how far can I bend this guy's stuff?
You can change a foot of your height.
You change the foot of your hiding, but you cannot produce a piece of paper.
Let me just.
You can produce a tattered and ruined piece of
Oh.
paper that is unreadable.
We also said it was guild membership, and also we were here via Cantus.
Don't think
Said
you said
something.
Cantus.
I don't think
No,
we mentioned.
You
we
did not
I did.
mention
We said
Cantus.
guild business.
You said
said
guild
guild-
business.
We didn't say contract. We said business.
Cantus's name is close to being brought.
Hold on, I just need to bring up McPherson real quick to make sure I...
Fight, 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 fight. You never mind.
I think we did mention Cantus.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah,
I most
because I was
definitely
thinking,
mentioned
like,
Cantus.
why did we mention Cantus? It wasn't Cantus who gave us this job. It was physics.
Oh, you mentioned
I remember-
physics.
Yeah.
You
No, I think we mentioned Cantus, and
We
I
either
remember
mentioned
thinking
Cantus or
that was
physics.
wrong.
I mean, you know what? That was also the more legitimate name to.
We
It
mentioned
was.
Space
Yeah,
War.
no, I understand why it was used.
Herman.
Herman.
With two R's.
Oh, okay.
Herman.
It says here it's only got one R.
Because he didn't specify
It's memes?
That's the point!
Not gonna lie, I'm a little bit disappointed that Big Saps went away.
Oh.
But
It ended.
That was the song that I was
No.
listening
Is it Mac or Mac?
to. Mac. It
I-
is Mac.
Guitar shit off.
I'm gonna let you do the talking.
That's the point.
I'm gonna take a look and hope that he knows about Cantus's little quirk, and I'm going to subtle cast McPherson and say, "You are impeding an active investigation given directly from Lord Cantus himself. There is no documentation because he gave us."
Yeah, well, with advantage. Persuasion. No, deception. Sorry. You're lying your ass off.
RNGesus.
Looking to the kobolds.
I know you're there.
This is a stretch as fuck.
That's fair.
Sorry, no. In general, you have a thing.
That's fair.
Specifically, you're in some guy's cellar.
That's true.
They came out screaming at each other.
Yeah, there's a couple ways to go down, and there was one number when McPherson shows up.
Okay, deception, you said?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, that's.
Is one of them a 1?
One of them's 15, the other is 3.
D separates with a D. 19.
Nice. Up to you. Come look at this. Not you. You.
Not is it a 20?
Oh, you can. Fine. Yeah, I just need you to confirm that.
I see it.
Bullshit.
Yeah, it's totally a 20.
He looks at you dead in the eyes and just thinks real hard. And like a beat goes down. You are deadlocked. That was really convincing. You could, like, your look alone is convinced most people in this room. And probably some of your party. Were we on business?
They didn't know I said it.
You're very true,
yeah.
Nobody at McPherson heard that.
Oh, yeah. Very true.
Does that help?
McPherson.
Wait,
Wait.
No.
You haven't given me the result yet. Oh no, I've already seen the roll. Never mind. Fuck. I'm a
Fucking dumbass.
Yeah.
I think we need a conversation in office.
In his office is better.
If you want to.
Yes, we definitely do.
He leans really far down.
Like,
Like,
Really far.
and like gets in really close to you. Like, so
Most
it's all.
people have to meet me on my level.
5'11"
I
versus
say that
6
out loud.
foot. He kind of whispers in your ear. I would say maybe you can hear it too, but it just because he has a booming voice.
and you're right.
Watch your tone, little thing. You're not the first thing I've buried in that basement.
And Sparky just looks really confused, and then looks behind him. I believe you.
He stands up to his full height.
And then I go,
Just follow me.
I have to keep up this appearance
yeah.
of authority, or I'm fucked.
Yup. Here, it's too late.
You do follow him out, I guess.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, we just look.
No, we're not making a fight out of this one.
No.
McPherson leaves. As you leave the kitchen, you see a couple of his buddies are like he's always been with friends. They look kind of like him, maybe a little smaller, but all the same body, barrel-chested, kind of older dudes, ex-lumberjacks or current lumberjacks.
That one's eating it.
It's like 4 of them.
One of them's
And
beaver.
as he walks out, they start walking next to you guys.
Okay. Yep, we're being escorted. Yep.
He takes you over to the east. So you're in the east wing right now. He takes you over to the west wing. You pass by the where the bathroom hallway is. So that's cool.
Great.
Because that was also in this wing. He takes you down to the end of that hallway into. You've seen the fancy door, but it looks slightly fancier, but not by much. Opens it and just gestures for you all to get in. Inside is a very wooden office. Like a lot of wood paneling.
I hate how you said wooden, and I immediately panned over to the arsonist.
It's a different
Not in this
campaign.
game.
Not yet.
But
I
it
have enough
is,
level to commit arson yet.
it's got a number of trophies in it.
Wizard levels.
The trophies all are of pretty mundane animals. You see some deer, some beaver,
A human
and
head.
stuff like that. No. But basically general animals and stuff like that. Nothing exotic. Some of them look quite old too. Like they've been around for a while. He possibly inherited this office. It is a giant custom-built desk though that has a very nice wooden woodland motif on the front. One of those ones where you can't see behind it, so it's not like an opening. So it's more like the president's desk, you know, it's all one big block. He's got 2 chairs. There's a drinks cabinet to the side. There are big windows out back, but they are the kind of... They're like the ones that were in the inn in Rodheim, so they're melted a little bit. And so they're hard to see out. They let light in, but nothing clearly is seen in or
like
out.
bathroom privacy windows.
Kind of. A lot thinner, but yes.
Yeah.
And not like just bricks.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it does mean that they are like leaded in there. They're at most 5x5 little planes. Some of them are on triangles. He lets you all in there. He takes his seat at the massive chair in the back. You hear the door close behind you. You are alone in here with him, but the other guys were
right
just
outside.
out.
Is it a tight fit, or is there plenty of room in here?
Actually, it's not made for 8 people, but it doesn't. You're a relatively small-ish party size-wise.
That's true. Half of us are small.
So actually, no, you fit quite well. You don't even go like wall to wall.
Cool.
Functionally, you could kind of do it in 2 rows, like as long as you squeeze. Are you do the thing I'm telling you to do?
No.
No, just mad at Mike.
Kind of.
Hold on. McPherson is going to say something. I'm just going to fix this first real quick. Because my internet is shit.
Cannot believe that.
It was a hell of a lucky roll, because I just rolled 2 20s in a row.
Yeah, I hope you enjoy bringing your luck for the rest of this.
That's fine. I have unlimited
That's
Wi-Fi.
fine.
Because I'm just going to bull rush through with the exact same tactic.
Here we go.
No, it's fine. Sparky knows when to drop.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the other thing. If there are at least rumors that have been passed down, there's a possibility we can be more...
Cool. Now it's working. Nope, that's physics.
Possibility. Yeah, let's not fight physics. Let's not fight the Archmage.
Oh, you won't
no,
win.
no.
You will not win that fight.
No, let's not fight the Archmage.
Literally, by all intents, there won't be a fight. Peace out. He sits behind his desk, and he looks at you all and is like, I remember welcoming you all here into my establishment a few days ago, and I have seen you all around. I recognize each of your faces, I have all of your names, and know where each of you are staying. So to brazenly enter restricted parts of my establishment under guise of my hospitality and the request of one of the lords of this town, you have some mighty balls on you. Each of you.
What Loic on that one?
Now, I am going to give you one chance to clear the air before I kick you out of my establishment for good. We take this up with higher authority. Oh, you shall.
He's good. He's better at talking than I am.
I know everyone's experience is that never had something, can't find it. Go. Oh well. 2 days later, another trinket. Little trinkets and gold, exchanging things with permission, without permission, and it all evens out in the end. We're just trying to make sure that those little pallets being found. People's cover.
Give me a persuasion check, no advantage, but you are conveying a specific kind of concept here. Unfortunately, that concept can also be construed in a different way.
Yeah.
You just put your stuff up. Find your
You ever buy your own lawnmower at a garage sale?
Oh my god.
I'm sorry, there's 3 ways you could take this. This is very much of like, I've been stealing your stuff. There's the other way, the one that I was initially thinking like, we are bribing you.
There are match.
Oh!
That was almost bad.
It was
I'm
almost.
pretty sure he can't fucking roll this.
I hope not, otherwise we're screwed.
So persuasion, yeah.
Yes.
I forget. Are we level 4?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you've been level 3 for a while. I was concerned about that.
Oh, did you not update your sheet? Or
He
you?
did. Definitely. He definitely did.
No, I definitely did.
Okay, so
I think it unupdated,
it didn't
as D&D
take.
Beyond sometimes fucking does.
Does
To me.
mine
That's
do?
fair.
So this is going to be a +7. 25.
Alright, everyone check your levels.
Nice. This was not contested. This was against passive. You were conveying something.
Right.
And just persuasion's the easiest way of doing this.
Yeah, level 4.
He does take a bit. He's put you. You conveyed it in a very specific way, and you did a great job at it. And he's taking. Like, are you trying to bribe me? Because like he
Like his face goes even straighter than it was before.
yeah. And he's like, are we going down this route? And like looking at the man who owns the lodge. And just like, you showed up and I know what rooms you're in. It's like, you didn't even take the presidential suite. But anyway.
We could now.
Probably. It's also not called the presidential suite, it's called the king's suite. Like, anyway.
Price 7 gold.
It'd be around 7 to 10 gold, yeah. Comes with dinner.
Ooh, dinner.
For one, but yeah.
Sorry, I'm hungry. Ignore me.
He takes a bit for that and then realizes like
I have food on my
realizes that like, okay, you're not doing that. And then like thinks about it and like thinks about something very specific. And he starts picking up what you put down as you go through the examples of like something went missing. Something not important, but something. Something was left in return.
I finish it by saying, and we are actually here indirectly at the behest of Cantus.
Actually.
Tangent physics, his personal wisdom.
Is that?
Nope, I'm just gonna say it.
Okay.
Whatever his title is.
Yeah.
Do we know his title?
Nope.
You know him as Physics the Distracted.
Yep.
That's about as much
We're
as you know.
assuming highly
Yeah.
he's a wizard.
You do know his tower is connected to Cantus Manor, and he knows Cantus.
We went up 8 floors in a 3-floor building.
Mhm.
he magicked us to
He
place.
magicked us to the
Oh
lodge
shit, yeah, he has magicked us to the lodge before.
Mm-hmm.
in order to come here.
Gotta admit, McPherson was not there for that. McPherson.
That's fair.
I think I understand a little bit of what you're going at. You talk of things not widely known, in context of ways not many would know how. It is concerning, as I have not known why such events have caused, though I have grown to accept them. If you know the actual reasons, I ask merely as a formality if you could let me know. I will promise nothing will change and no harm will come to them. They have been nothing but fair, whoever these Fey folk are.
I was hoping he would take the
definitely
Fey
a
angle.
Oh, this is shouting Fey.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Everything is like it's Fey.
No, it's like the Tooth Fairy, but with like muffins and crap.
More like smoked meats, but yeah, smoked meats and fish. But if to avoid their ire, and if you're helping with that, I'd rather be on this side of whatever forces are accomplishing this than not.
Is a I promise you I will let you know we've
Very well. If you are truly working with Cantus, I'm giving you 3 days to have him contact me to confirm that you are working with him. He does not have to give me any details, but I know he is a man that does not welcome just anyone in through his door.
understand.
So if that is true, I will give you some time to arrange that. If it is not true, you will find yourselves at his behest anyway.
And Sparky does like let all the I do apologize for the ruckus we have caused. It was all, as you can assume by this point, a ruse and an act.
Mhm.
We did not enjoy what we had to do, but we thought we had to kill him, Sparky.
I would recommend next time, as I consider myself an amicable man, maybe in this particular case, ask instead of begging for forgiveness.
Like there's a spark.
Evan and Grace.
The best part about when we started doing all this, that's exactly what Michael, thought. Like, better to ask forgiveness than permission.
I think that was explicitly said by like 2 people.
I'm pretty sure it was.
No, I expect you have the key to my cellar. Because it wasn't where we left it.
You do, Sparky.
I do.
You opened the cellar door, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yes,
You were the last person to have it, so unless you gave it to someone.
I also took my immovable rod that
Yes, you
Yes,
did.
we
couldn't
did.
have gotten through without taking.
We
Yep.
took the immovable rod back.
He does take the big key from you. It is a big iron key. Like I mentioned before, lock's not hard. Big iron, clunky and heavy, so it's hard to do quietly. It's also in the middle of a kitchen.
Yeah.
It's the location more than anything else.
We gave up on stealth and just went for it.
Mm-hmm. But yeah. Well, whatever this secret job of yours is for Cantus, I am granting you a moment of my patience. Prove to me that this is true, and you may be a guest at my place for as long as you may afford it. prove that this is false, and you shall never leave this town. For invoking the name of the Lord, falsifying guild contracts, a mutiny of other minor crimes.
We broke so many laws.
I can tell you that even with the leniency of our most gracious Lord Cantus, some things cannot be forgiven easily.
I've noticed there is an intenseness behind those eyes.
The purpose of this party violates the Geneva Convention.
We haven't even gotten started on one.
Please.
I know.
It's a checklist. We'll get through it.
It's alphabetized in order of terribleness, which is not how alphabetization works.
Great, not how that works.
Yep. It's great.
It's based on the Dewey Decimal System. Alright,
We shall ease your worries as soon as we possibly.
I'm going out on a limb here. I normally would not be so lenient, but you seem to have some purpose behind you. Have him contact me as soon as he can. Until then, please enjoy the rest of what my humble inn can offer you.
Absolutely. Will do. And then I smile and am the first one out the door.
Mm-hmm.
Now pause.
He does, like, dress you to the door. You're allowed to leave.
Very quickly and awkwardly follow.
You do pass, like, 4 of his buddies who have just been hanging out of the side there, one of them smoking a pipe. You do notice very big axes next to their sides.
Snap their axes.
Watch my neck.
There was a big thing of, like, they've always been carrying the axes. This is them. They were armed with the axes.
There you go. We might need to use these.
Oh, you were going to be sent over to the authorities. They didn't say what condition.
Technically a lie.
Mm-hmm.
Just like the gang goes to prison.
Prison escape episode!
So that was 2 20s in a row. That very, like,
No,
exciting.
the episode would be called The Gang Goes in the Basement, and then we'd end up going to prison.
Everybody pull out your backup characters.
But yeah,
I
you
think I've
guys.
decided what my backup character is going to be.
Nice.
Whenever we do inevitably go to prison.
I also know my backup character.
We can also just fight.
I don't.
I mean,
I'm gonna be a
I'm
bard
pretty-
with an electric guitar.
We're pretty strong.
Magic.
We need to talk, but we can work that out. Yep.
Magic.
But also, we're in
You
public.
know my backup character.
And
Yes,
we
I
like
do.
this town so far.
We have 3 days to leave.
You can have this backup.
Honestly, I was thinking that too.
3 days
Like, we
to
get
out.
out. So we're going to the next town, right? Yeah.
Even though we're all on the up and up. Just
What are those?
What are those?
I see
We're
some
gonna get,
potato
like,
chip.
chips.
I will take care.
Yes, I have.
I don't like the
Somebody
sea,
hand
salt,
chips to
or potatoes.
Someone.
I love chips though.
I'm sorry, the
stop
DM
it?
expressed it
I was hoping it would explode.
Directly in my face.
Evan does nothing wrong.
But yeah, congratulations, you work your way out of an issue. That
Yeah, I
That
worked
was-
myself into.
Yep.
Sounds like D&D.
I got myself into this hole, I'm gonna have to bullshit my way out of it. And bullshitting did not work!
Yeah, no, I won't. It was gonna be like, he was like, oh, I just have to reconvince the head chef or something like that. But like, if I roll really high, McPherson's gonna be there. Because honestly, he really just woke up like half an hour
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah, worried about the timing. Well, I mean, it worked out in the end. I think some help. didn't
Like,
it?
there was a lot of options you could have taken. You could have gone a lot of different ways with it. It worked out.
Can I get inspiration?
Yes!
no.
Overruled. Because I really wanted to give myself inspiration in the middle of that. But I felt like that was a bit of a dick move. And also, I didn't need the handicap.
I like that perception of like, when, I did say perception. I did hear that myself. I'm just like, you're just trying to convey something. You need to persuade, but this is not a contested role. You're beating his insight. And you convey it in a convincing enough / clear enough manner that he gets what you're putting down.
Right. And I was legitimately, like, when I started doing that, I was like, I'm going to try to make him think it's not wrong. But I did try to word that in a way that made him think,
You did
Oh,
sell
it's a
Faye.
Yeah.
You sold
No,
Faye.
no,
You also
no.
sold bribing a little bit there.
I was thinking, like, oh, it's essentially a tooth fairy that robs you.
Yeah.
You know?
But you were very good. You said nothing specific. You did very vague things, which means he inputted what was missing. You didn't say, like, have you ever lost, like, a gold watch? It didn't seem like the menu was like, he's like, nope, never have. But you just, like, things were missing, but then trinkets and money came back afterwards, and just, like, okay. In this particular case, it was, this is metagaming, but we're having a small break here. It's smoked fish, smoked meats, long cured stuff that heats, and shit like that.
For my bard, I was just gonna have him use a labor. He uses lightning, I guess, to amplify sound.
Nope.
Yeah.
Wait, did you just say also? Oh god.
Also,
We're starting a band next time we get
side note,
GPK.
what is your opinion of two bards? On a completely unrelated.
Everybody be bards!
8 bards.
No, it's been
No.
Just no. Please no.
The main goal is that this is just this is encouragement for me to make sure everything is balanced.
Stop it.
If it helps, I do have a very unique and interesting take on.
What's your feeling on 3 bards?
Better than 2.
Actually, kind of, yeah.
His character is going to be Barwin. He has a bug mask.
Same character, still bug mask.
College of
Just
Secrets.
Yeah.
Wizards, whatever it is.
It's like Darn before he joined the party, but like it takes place after.
In other words, I have a backup character I can use a bard.
Oh, we need 3 bards.
we
I actually do have a character on the
That's a
bench.
minimum.
I love that we
Background.
all went the same place. I was like, I better step in before Grace mentions something too.
I feel like, what about my campaign screams like, we need bards?
Never played a bard.
Still no full spellcasters.
Honestly,
Bards are full spellcasters.
Bards are full spellcasters.
I'm
That's
sorry.
why we're all
Story
going
so
there.
far,
We don't have any full spellcasters.
government
Still no
overreach
full
and
wizards or
the whole
endcasters
laws
is
of
what I
wizards.
meant.
No,
Strange
yes.
part.
I could be a
Bard?
smart
This
bard.
is good to
think
know.
bards
I will
can
use this
identify.
as inspiration in the future. More bards. You're outside, by the way.
The game starts a band.
It's 6 bards and a barbarian bouncer.
Yes, that's a one shot right there.
Very well could be. You're outside.
Okay,
All right.
well, I think our first stop needs to be Cantus.
Yeah. We also need to fix that door.
No, we need to inform someone to fix that door.
Yeah.
We're not doing that.
Was someone at the door? What?
The
We
sewer
fucking
entrance
bent it
door.
out of
The door.
shape.
Oh, the back door!
Yeah.
Thought we were still in the cellar. Like, I don't remember you breaking this door. That would have changed stuff. We bust open the door.
No, it's just like you take the list of crimes we've done and add just like vandalism to it.
Cross that off the list.
It's a long
I don't
list
think
of very
vandalism
minor.
against the Geneva Convention.
Yeah, but if it's severe enough vandalism.
Didn't stop being vandalism.
I mean, if you vandalize people,
I mean, if you
That's
paint
not
the
vandalism.
entire city red,
Just
it's
either
all
assault
about
or
your
murder.
perspective.
Vandalize the continent.
Anyway.
Yeah, if you break off California, that counts as vandalism. I knew we'd figure out a way to make it work. Anyway, off to Kansas we go.
I don't think there's that. That's just
Law
getting-
powerful enough to describe that crime.
just fucking grew. I will separate California.
There's the California going like, okay, I can see the benefits.
Texas is over there like, ah, dang it.
You're being
wanted to
tried
live
for
on
the
an
act
island.
of a god.
Really, I think everyone in Texas will be upset that
Yeah.
they're not the ones.
Texas is so
We
mad.
shall raise Texas up into space and just
I'm
push it.
okay with this.
We'll do that with Florida, please. Keep the Disney part.
Yeah.
It's just
No.
Disney Island.
So I feel like our easiest way to get in front of Cantus and them would be to
Show up.
give an update to physics on this, maybe,
Yes.
and then have physics get us in front of Cantus.
I don't. Will
but I
physics
have this
remember?
one.
He's pretty distracted.
Do you want a good
He's
one, or do
distracted.
you want to use that
He's
one?
not senile.
Is he not?
I-
I don't know.
Don't remember. He
If
doesn't
anything-
remember
would be
which
in the
when
scene
we
now.
did.
If
I
anything,
don't-
physics saw this coming.
Fair point.
And reality collapsed and he just went, oh, they got caught.
It's
like, hey, so we-
reality collapsed, and he's just.
He's just like, oh, it's this one.
And then it just
shittiest
comes back
one.
in and it's tinted slightly red now.
It's the stupidest timeline.
Oh, this is the one where your bard's fuck.
Yeah,
You just see him like grooving to music. The one once I was like, "You guys are doing great."
Jumps into pig's town.
So yeah, you go to Cantus's manor. You agree.
I clean everyone. Me and Tanner clean everyone.
Yeah. Easily enough done as it was magically induced dust. It is slightly different than normal dust. You notice that like you try to brush it off and it just kind of goes. Anyway, good scrubbing will take it off, but just mild stuff will. It'll actually. It's a like.
It's like clean, staticky dust.
Oh my God.
Does not want to go anywhere.
You could easily get rid of it, but it's one of those things of just like this is magic dust.
Tanner and I are just like.
Mm-hmm.
Play.
Yep. You guys, it is early in the morning on second day of the week, of the working week, if I remember right.
It's the 9th.
How's the weather?
I thought it was the 10th now.
Might be the 10th.
I think it's the 10th now.
I don't know what my notes say.
And it is actually slightly overcast.
It says that.
So it's very gray skies, very high clouds. Doesn't necessarily look like rain, but definitely overcast.
Awesome.
It was actually like raining outside, so it's a little less than that.
But yeah, so
you head to Cantus. You once again greeted outside, or you walk up to the guards there. You talk to the left one, who's the one you always talk to.
He's the one that always tells the truth.
Hello, welcome back. You're quite early in the morning.
Yes, we are here for physics this time. Do you have a way to call it physics? Oh, it's not quite.
That's not as
easy.
You
we also need Cantus, but we were hoping to like.
He's probably pretty busy, especially early in the morning with the week going on. You might have to come back for him, but I can attempt to see if physics is in.
I would greatly appreciate that. It's kind of
Okay, I will be right
not
back.
kind of important. It is.
He opens the door, starts walking through, and as he's like full the way through and the door's open, physics just walks out.
Oh,
Hi! Oh, good, you're here.
Did the guy see him?
Yeah.
Okay.
He opened the door and just kept walking and like saw a shake go past him, looked around and goes, okay then, and like just walks back out. Physics is now standing in front of you.
Hey, physics, buddy.
And he just goes like, oh good, you're here.
We've committed a crime.
There have been a slight hiccup in the mission you gave us.
But you're not in jail.
No, not
Yet.
yet.
The guards behind you just like shuffle into a much more like shink.
No, it's fine. We're gonna clear this up.
It's just like you can kind of see him like looking around,
Yeah.
and just like
I
You're
reach
here.
into my pocket,
Mhm.
take out my 3-dragon anti-set.
Mhm.
I take the dice. How many dice are in it?
3.
All 6s. And I throw them like at his feet.
Oh no.
I don't think that is how this works,
What?
I don't.
Sparky
Sparky doesn't fucking
doesn't
know.
know.
but cool. Can you roll me 3d6s?
Yes.
Please all be 6s.
1. Wait a minute.
Wait,
I
Sparky.
have 3 of the same exact D6s.
I
I have 4 of
If
the
this
same
happens,
exact
I'm gonna fucking lose it.
Sparky has to be a divination wizard next game if this happens.
Please. Nope.
No.
It's not even a great roll.
Is
4,
one of
5,
those-
1.
Is there a 1? Reroll it.
Not how that works.
3.
3.
That was a loud one.
I believe he looks at it and goes,
Is this
"Oh, it's
spade?
this one." No, it doesn't work like that.
Oh, okay.
We tried.
We need.
And make
Have
it
I
stop.
already had this conversation
Make it just
with you?
No.
Okay, we'll have that soon then,
Yep.
maybe. Anyway, to the tower. I mean, just opens the door.
Okay.
And-
It's his tower.
Yeah.
Just the front door is into his tower.
no, the front door is to the front door of Cant Manor. You have to go through that.
Oh, I thought you said like I thought you meant like he opened the door into his tower, even though it's the front door of Kansas's house.
Oh, that's fucked it, but no, it doesn't work that way. The tower is special, but the manor is just fucking expensive.
Yeah.
Which is almost as powerful.
Good job, Mikey.
But yeah, we follow him to his
Did he?
tower.
He escaped.
Yeah, he escaped. I witnessed him go through the door.
Okay, so he let himself out.
Yes.
That's fine.
The door was open. It was my fault. Sorry.
It's okay.
It's not like it's as golden. So.
Yeah.
I actually threw away your tape.
please, no. You go to his tower. He takes you there and opens the front door. And,
I pick up my dice, by the way.
yes, that's perfectly fine. As you get, you've been to his tower before. You do know that if you're in the main hall, or the foyer, you go straight all the way back and take a left. And just go to the end of that hallway. That's his door. It's actually really easy to navigate from if you go in the front door.
Gotcha.
Oh.
I'm just chilling.
Anyway, I'm gonna save you some steps though. And he opens the door, and you're just in the glass laboratory.
Nice. Miss Magic.
So, is the popcorn still there?
Oh, like the puff popcorn?
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
big popcorn.
Cool. It's stale now.
He does allow you to go in. You notice a few things have changed, but it's like spot the difference books, where like one or two things is out of place than what you remember it to be. But subtle things. It's not like there's now an elephant. It's just minor things.
It's like one of those I Spy books where it's like, find 6 tubes of toothpaste.
Who has 6 tubes?
Physics. Someone who keeps losing them.
I actually have 6 tubes of
I was gonna
toothpaste
say,
in
I
my
also have
bathroom on the
multiple
counter right
tubes
now.
of toothpaste.
Damn.
Just because we got a pack from Costco.
I have no toothpaste.
Oh no.
Damn.
I'm allergic to mint. I don't use toothpaste.
They have non.
Most of them are still.
It's not as good. It's very soapy.
I get that a lot.
So we have some important things to tell you. We almost got sent to jail.
I saw that. How did you do it this way?
Okay, so we went into the basement to meet with the Colton. Sorry, we went into McPherson's basement with one of the Colton.
Okay. You found them.
We also discussed some stuff, which I'll get to later. And then when we left, technically there was a little bit of breaking in. We broke into the basement. Met with.
We didn't break it.
We didn't break it. We broke into,
entered.
but not broke it. We entered the basement.
We didn't even really break in. Talked in. They knew.
Is this the one where you...
Okay is a relative term.
So it's the one
Did you
where
convince them, or did you... Was this the one where...
This is the one where Gunmar and I had the argument.
No. Oh, that was
The
leaving,
fake
though.
argument. Huh? Yes.
Yes.
The head chef saw us on the way in, and...
Yes.
And McPherson saw us on the way out.
Yeah.
Okay. And were you... Did you walk in, or was this the one where you charmed the...
It was the one with the goose honk.
We charmed him.
That one was very consistent.
There is one hug.
But this is... No. Did you end up doing something in this one?
Yeah,
Okay, that narrows it down, and then you did that. So... Oh, then it should have worked out perfectly fine. You walked out, and the chef was mad, but you were arguing, and you just walked past, right?
No. McPherson was there.
Oh, it's that one.
Yes.
Oh no.
And you're still alive.
Yes, we did manage to convince him after the fact.
Wow, this was a rare one.
It's almost like there's a rare drop.
Let's go!
Oh, you found McPherson dead. I guess 99% of the outcomes.
95.
But yes, now McPherson gave us 3 days to prove that we were sent by Cantus and his associates. Which you're the one who sent us directly into the sewer, but Cantus also.
So, those statements on a broad scheme are very true, though we never told you to break into his basement.
Tell us not to.
I thought that was self-explanatory.
It was very necessary.
It was very not.
You also told us to make sure to keep things a secret about the Cobalt,
Did
which
ask you
is
to do.
what we tried. We couldn't really get into the basement without saying, like, "Hey, McPherson, we need to talk to the Cobalt."
In several words you did, but that's okay.
But not this one.
No.
So
Knowing this one when we listen to the
we just-
creators.
I can work something out with Cantus
Thank
to
you.
have him talk to McPherson.
we just need McPherson to know that like, we were even tangentially related to Cantus.
I see.
You don't even need to
Cat
take
is
his
practically
time.
middle
If you could
of
just
the
write a quick note, they're fine.
That wouldn't work, I don't think.
They were right.
Well, actually, I don't know the last time he wrote something.
There.
Don't have stamps.
He does. No, he has a signature and a seal.
Well, see, the thing is about like people in positions of power
Yes.
is that the thing about positions of power is that they need to use tools that given. Tools are used by other people. It doesn't carry the same weight. It's a
What?
weird social structure. Like
You can't use candy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Can-
other
Cantus
Oh.
can use his seal.
right.
Mhm.
and Cantus can write the note.
I think what we're getting at is
I thought you said, why don't you, physics, write the note for Cantus?
No, why doesn't physics or Cantus write a note?
Tell Cantus just like write a quick note. And
Okay, I thought you were talking to physics and like, why don't you just write a note?
Actually, honestly, having physics write the note and then sign it and then Cantus sign it too would also work.
Whichever way you think is best.
Whichever timeline works out best for us.
Well, we've passed that.
Oh, great.
Well, man, you still are gonna figure this out for the most part. I can't see that far. Speaking of which, move 2 feet to your left.
I like what you do
Roll a
there, yes.
d20 for me.
14.
Can I get an advantage because this is weird physics shit?
Physics is in this case the advantage. Good news is this is a different timeline, and you rolled high enough, and a small plate falls off where you used to be standing, and just falls to the ground.
Right. So you said we weren't arrested yet in this one? Were we arrested in other timelines?
Yeah.
The house up.
I'm sure we were.
Well, you just weren't quite as good at explaining yourself, and sometimes you made McPherson quite angry. And
Because you said that's how you were almost arrested in this one.
oh, I see what you're getting at.
As a side note,
I'm not going to press further.
of all those,
I'm just going to stop.
how many of them were my fault that we went into prison?
It was mostly a group effort. I would say you were at the front.
You know what? That's the risk I take.
Was I
Yeah.
fast enough?
You are the leader.
Yeah, you did pretty well. Same with you. You had diplomatic immunity.
You should use that more.
I want to stress it, because it did take several months for us to get in contact with your father. I think. Maybe.
Took a while.
Anyway,
We don't need the specifics of the win.
So you're gonna.
Actually, it would just make things confusing if I tell you. And they might actually come true, and that makes it even worse.
So you are going to tell people.
Yes, I will tell Cantus to talk to McPherson. We probably needed to meet with him anyway. We should always talk with civic leaders and men of great social standing in the area.
Please do. Like, as soon as you can.
I can
3 days is the limit.
Very generous
Before
of
we
him.
go to jail.
Arky talks real good.
I don't get a lot of the specifics, so that's quite nice. So, that's neat.
I don't get a lot of specifics. Is it the one where you cast calm emotion?
I feel like that's a very
That's a big...
Yeah.
like that's a big divergent
Fair.
Like a
plot thread.
spell was cast that altered the
Did
timeline.
an 8 DC.
Some of them he failed, some of them he didn't.
Nah.
Real quick,
I think.
why
I
did you
can't
yell
remember.
toothpaste?
Why not?
I was saying something about like
I Spy.
Yeah, I Spy books where it's like,
Oh,
here's
fuck.
this dusty old mansion. Find 6 tubes of toothpaste.
I have a couple of those in the other room.
I thought you meant toothpaste, and I was really confused because you just said you don't have toothpaste, but
Oh.
you meant I Spy books.
Yes, I meant
Yep.
I Spy book.
Yeah.
By the way, this house does have toothpaste. It's just
You don't use it.
I don't use toothpaste.
Fair enough.
I use a straight brush.
But yes, hear ourselves out. please.
Actually, yeah. There's not much I have left for you here. It's good to hear that you found the kobolds. I hope you figure out.
And there is actually, sorry, I almost forgot a very important detail. We also learned some in this crew.
Oh, that's interesting.
So if you could set a meeting with us, with Cantus, to go through all that, because it's a...
Cantus, while he resents the name and is not a big fan of them, not much is. He does not handle that. That would be Commandant Hastings.
See, the thing is, it is tied with the kobolds.
Commandant Hastings is aware of the kobolds. Well, is she?
We haven't.
We have not. We know her name.
Oh,
This is the timeline where we haven't met her yet.
I don't think there was a timeline that you did yet already. Maybe? He just kind of fades out for a second.
But yes, we desperately need to...
It might be several hours, if not next day. He is quite busy today. If it is something Cantus crew related, Commandant Hastings would very much like to know. She is in charge of finding them, and
we can't let her know, but we just... Maybe a meeting with Hastings and Cantus deeply involves both Kobold and the Cantus crew. It
Okay.
seems. So we can go speak to Hastings and...
I would do that at least sooner than later. I will let... When Cantus is free, he'll let you know.
Okay. That, we will... head to...
Right. Well, if you exit the door, you should be on the right floor. So, have a great trip, and let me know.
Well, Sparky opens the door, looks out the door before he steps out.
You lucked out. It's on the white floor.
Okay. And then he walks out. And as we pass the guard
But it's
outside,
communicating via text.
He's just catching me
I'm
up.
catching
to
up Grace because I don't want to interrupt things.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
as we pass the guard on the way out. And we'll be back in a couple hours.
Alright. I will be here.
Okay. I like to think that we always talk to the left one, but the left one's not always the same person.
Very true.
They rotate. I want to be the left one today. They only talk to the left one.
They don't talk to
You're aggressive with that bag.
That bag did not want to open.
So much for reseal.
That bag's never. It never. we empty it anyway.
It can still reseal. It's just there's a hole. I'm pretty sure the zipper still
That
works.
Show Alex how you fucking ripped that, because it was
I
facing
think
away
he saw
from
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Zipper still works.
I was making too much direct eye contact with Shady as she was shaking her head no.
As a side note, I have been the main one involved this entire session. If there's anything anybody else would like to do in like this 2-hour gap, like before we talk to Hastings or something, involve the rest of the people at the table.
I'll just say right now, it is just with travel and moving stuff like that. Call it 9:30.
Breakfast.
You are
Can
right
we
outside
go back to the
Cantus's Manor.
Not quite yet.
Why not?
No, he invited you
Yeah.
back. You
We're
have,
good for 3 days.
Yeah.
And then we have to leave town.
They serve us the worst breakfast. Just petty.
Oh yeah, we just pissed off the head chef.
Yeah, we
If
can't
anything,
And
I don't
his
think we
boss.
should act like we've done anything wrong. I believe that Constance will vouch for us.
I also don't believe we did anything wrong.
Yeah.
I mean,
What's it
technically we broke several laws.
What's a bit of breaking and entering for the greater good?
Exactly.
You burning down a few villages.
It's your alignment.
Nothing?
Ronnie, are you okay? It's because you haven't had breakfast, ain't it?
I'm a little cranky, yes.
Are you
You're not
hungry?
you when you're hungry.
If you didn't already have it, inspiration.
I do already have. Can this be said in character so we can make it canon?
But yeah,
you guys go to breakfast, or where are you going?
I guess we'll eat breakfast real quick
I think
before
we
get
go
to
eat
Hastings.
Cool. Well, it counts as a short rest, I guess. But...
Yeah, short rest.
Let's get back all those hit points we burnt in that basement. That was a tough fight.
You joke, but I get to get back one of my
I
animals.
was gonna say.
Yeah, apparently.
No, I was like, when did you use one?
Yeah,
Yeah, apparently.
Same boat, yeah. Is that a once a day thing?
No, it's twice. It's twice between short and long rest.
Oh!
I think, right?
Yep, I get.
No, your thing.
Oh, that's once a day.
That's what I thought. Don't mind me. So, an hour goes by.
For now.
When you order food, it does come out. It looks exactly like you would expect it to. It is not good nor bad.
Is that not the water tippy?
Oh, scoop.
That is the water tippy thing.
What water tippy?
Is
Ray doesn't
not
have
good or
words
bad.
today.
Lower quality than normal.
It isn't. No, it's you've
Or
had
does it seem
breakfast.
about the same?
It seems about the same.
Thank you.
Like you're not in.
I
Like,
still didn't remember the word.
When no one's looking, I just extra bread in my bag of holding.
oh yeah, perfectly fine.
Can I roll? Can I percept if he
Why?
I want to know when he puts bread in his bag.
Roll.
We've got to keep this addiction in check, you guys.
I already had 7 before.
Do we?
Because I want to know when I can buy shit to give it to poor people.
Alright,
The
sport.
bread will go
If
hard
he
like
gets
this.
fat from all the carbs, he won't be able to fly.
That's
The hard
exactly what I
ones
was
I
gonna
turn into
say.
breadcrumbs.
Not 20.
Yeah, you see it. Congratulations, you see
Sport, if
him.
you eat too much bread, you won't be able to fly.
You can't be a war chief of your tribe if you can't fly.
They're calling you fat. You do whatever the
I'll
fuck you
fly
want.
magically.
Yeah, how's that gonna work?
Levitate.
That's not flying.
A bunch of people get around on brooms here.
We should look into broom.
Get a broom.
Let's get no license.
Sorry, thank you.
Derail the whole campaign
That
so
would be
y'all
cool.
get broom flying licenses.
I love the
There's
idea.
lore behind it.
I love the I'm imagining the look on the face of
The instructor.
the instructor, like when the bird comes in
Dealing
for
with
their
us.
broom flight license.
He's gonna look at that and just going like, oh, you know what? This makes sense. Just because you can't fly doesn't mean you're allowed to.
Yeah, that's true.
What? Yeah, he's not allowed to fly in city.
Yeah, we literally got in trouble for that.
No, you got in trouble because he jumped up into traffic.
Oh, okay. I mean, we would have the same problem.
Actually, no, all intents and purposes, he fixed a lot of that because he went and retrieved the literal, like, decapitation.
I can't wait for that to be a recurring character for the next time we injure a broomist.
It's our cabbage man.
Why are you in the capital? It's been 7 months. I'm here on a holiday. I just got married. Why are you in the lower atolls? This is a resort town.
This campaign Iraq.
That would suck because everywhere we're likely to go is likely where trouble is at.
Guys
It's
got
like
shit
we're an
luck, man.
adventuring party.
Like this guy's life is going terrible, and then we show up and it's like, okay, it's time to move.
I mean, you're still describing the cabbage vendor from Avatar.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'd like to think that it progressively gets much, much worse.
And
Like,
then
a building gets hit by a stray fireball, and he looks at it, he's like, my house! You guys!
And then in 60 years, when our children play, he's grown an empire.
I get that reference.
Series of
Planets.
unfortunate
I would hope
events.
it's not
Yeah,
At the
yeah,
end, when
we
he's
make
begging
conversation.
God,
I
like,
didn't watch
why
Avatar
are you
4, but I
doing this to
know
us?
that reference.
Like, we just walk by and it's like, no.
Hi, Phil.
Yeah.
Just like physics looks at the guy and just winces because he sees every possible way.
Magica. Is the
Like-
end villain?
He's something
Somehow in
bad.
every timeline, you are a tragedy.
You
Look
are
at
the
him.
constant that the
This-
multiverse hinges on.
Physics like, hey, have you seen Greg today? Have you ruined his life today? What? Who's Greg?
Oh, you've never met his name. Ah, that's right.
We've never met his name. We've met the person, never met his name.
He travels behind him.
That just makes you a fag.
Anyway, yeah, now it goes by. It's about 10:30 now. You've had breakfast. You learned that you have not gotten special treatment, but you also got the not negative treatment.
We've not been
You
fighting.
also had to buy breakfast like normal.
Yeah.
No, sorry. Breakfast is included, dinner's not.
Oh, okay.
How many breads did I sneak?
Yes.
Fuck yeah.
They don't give you. They give you rolls. They're like little breakfast rolls. I would say you were able to sneak 5. Like
bad.
without trying, like just 5 rolls.
There's just gave us like little bowl
Yeah.
of rolls and you're just like.
Dunmar Witness
They're less,
pack
like-
all of them.
They're like half a copper a piece.
By the way,
So-
Gage, when you weren't here, when we went down to like the fucking sluice, I bought one of your breads for like 5 gold. I could give to children.
So you,
That's
you-
true, I think I made a note of that on your sheet.
Damn.
Thought so.
Probably just didn't see it.
I like how you have a bread counter. I like how you've hidden it on the second page of your sheet.
Where's
That's
most
where the
space?
items are.
I just noticed
I
Light is
respect
still here.
good, organized sheets.
Darwin LTE.
See, the thing
Blah,
is,
blah, blah.
with-
Dagger, dagger, dagger,
I-
dagger, dagger,
'cause
dagger,
is that-
arrows.
is that like the
Bread.
is that like the currency
No.
like stuff there?
Yeah.
So,
It's cool.
because I was thinking that you just put bread underneath the currency, like it's.
Yeah, for-
See,
for
I
that
thought
Just
bread was
replace Electrum with bread.
A much more useful currency.
apparently in this campaign.
Fuck yeah, 6 bread. And 5 rolls.
Bread can be traded for goods and services.
Getting that bread a new meaning.
You are the bread maker.
It's a made bread this whole campaign.
We can fix that.
We have a bread baking session. Go for
Stop
it.
everything and make bread.
Just break the economy.
Oh, you're talking Sadie. Anyway, it's now 10:30. What would you like to do?
Okay.
PM?
Have
AM.
anything to do today?
You woke up super early.
Second
We need.
breakfast.
Nap?
We need to find things about some
Yeah.
bandits.
Right.
Right?
I need to talk to Commandant Hastings.
We can
Yes.
try to find out in the upper.
We got a
wherever
name.
it was.
Cantus, Cold Ward.
Cantus Ward.
Yeah,
Hold
this
on.
ward's a big place.
Got a, sorry. We got a name from the rogue that we captured back in
God, yeah.
insert. Oh god, that's right. What was his name? We need to go to like Shady.
It was like Philip or something. Carver turns to you.
I think it was
before or after we looted.
the one you're referring. Actually, I'm gonna let your note takers like take this
Roger!
one.
Roger! Yep.
Ha!
Listen, we both found it. That's all I care about.
I'm very impressed we both found it.
That's good because I thought the name was Henry.
No, someone else is named Henry and someone else is named Henrik.
Mhm.
And Hamlin.
And
And
Hamlin.
Hamlin.
Hamlin's the last name.
And Herman.
Herman
Estia.
is the first name. That's
Halle
God.
Berry.
Halle Berry.
And
We
Ishmael.
haven't met her yet.
Not yet.
It's Halle Berry Hastings.
So, you got the name Roger, right?
Yes. And we
Yeah.
also... Tanner knows the Cantus calls.
Yes.
These
And
are
you
both things we know.
you know, functionally what he told you is that if you ask for Roger in a specific spot, you can get in contact with the Cantus crew.
He did not tell
Or
us this spot.
some guy named Roger.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was like bars around town that he spent. Like,
I
Go
don't
to
think
a bar.
He said,
No, he said ask for Roger.
he said ask for Roger. He didn't say where.
He did not give you a location.
Bird noises.
Commandant Hastings is a devil on hooves.
Someone at Hastings just need to know.
Did he say that?
Somebody said that Commandant Hastings is the person to talk to about the need to.
Yes, about
Yep. I'm glad we were on the same page with that one.
specifically Cantus crew.
Nope. I got guy named Roger is the Cantus crew's contact in Richmond. I think Richmond. He said.
Cool. As a side note,
Ask for Roger.
I also have written here: Angry Sparky invoke Costa.
We do like invoking King's reps. We might want to level up a few more times.
I mean, like it's the easiest way to get shit done.
So when you have people in power, back you up.
Yeah.
Probably should be careful.
So Hastings.
Yeah, do we know where to find her?
You have
Have
a
we
really
asked
good idea.
Literally anyone.
I mean, I feel
You've
like
been by the guardhouse,
yeah.
which is in the Togoth Ward.
We can go there. We can also buy Ethereum scrolls.
Oh my god, that is right.
You want to go there first? Alright, fine by me. We go to the imaginary frog.
Yep.
That's not
Listen
good.
to.
You just like warbled at it.
I fail.
Oh, okay. Sorry, took me a second. Okay.
I can't do it.
What?
Keep me coming out of
What'd I
the
miss?
vortex.
We're going to the imaginary frog. Make a wisdom save.
yeah!
Oh.
You okay? Yeah. What's that?
My leg was wedged under your chair, and when you tilted
Yeah?
it, you bent.
I said that didn't count before I saw it, and it was a
You
20.
okay?
Oh.
Yeah.
You
I thought you were purposefully gonna fail the roll by just.
Which means it's a great thing,
that
because
dice.
no, I'm not going to purposely fail it, I just hope I fail it.
I assume I passed.
Dirty 20.
Charisma save.
Wisdom.
Wisdom.
I'm efficient in those.
I
Roll a
usually
one,
wait
reroll.
for Alex to ask.
Thank you for that.
I've been a DM too many times. I just wait for the DM to ask me for a number.
I did it too. Michael repeatedly tells me his number.
I stopped doing that.
You did. I appreciate that a lot.
Well, because what happens is everyone shouts out, mostly for initiative, everyone shouts out their number, and then I'm like, that's great. What was your number? And your number? And your number?
See, I took it a step further, and when Evan asked me my number, I gave it to him. And then when he asked Sadie for her number, I gave him my number again. I did that for each person.
Alright, and you're at the bottom of it.
But I rolled a 25. You're at the bottom.
Weird.
You
Weird
get
how that
25
works.
next turn.
Oh, so I get 2 turns in a row.
No, the monk rolled 27.
Okay, I found
I
the.
can.
Sorry, I was looking for a specific table to make sure
We've got
I.
one right in front of us.
That's not a specific table he's looking
A specific table.
Not just any.
What specific
shop.
table? Maybe we can go shopping and help you find it.
We are going shopping. Focus, Michael.
23.
23.
15.
Charisma.
It's wisdom.
He failed.
30
Oh.
20.
Well, 15.
You do. Start seeing a frog at the edge of your business.
I saw it last
fail.
time.
Yep. It's always just at the edge of your
We've
periphery.
all seen it by now, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's just hanging out. Like, it's usually like leaning out against a thing, or sometimes it's expecting, like, if there was a dish on the wall, it's looking inside the lid, and you look at it, and the lid is in place and hasn't been moved.
I don't think I've seen it. Or seen the frog.
Maybe not.
No, because someone made the save last time too, and we've only been here
You're
twice.
just not looking hard enough.
quite possible.
You succeeded.
I can't see shit.
It is after 10, so it's open. So,
Oh, this is my mask with no eyeballs.
why is it so
I
dark?
look for Alwyn.
Yes, that is her name.
Alwyn, Awen.
Alwyn. It's like Old Englishy, so
Alwyn
it's like,
Glasgow.
uh,
I take notes.
you see her coming around the corner, just yawning, just, welcome to the imaginary floor. How is you guys?
Late morning?
Hey!
Yeah, kind of. I'm always up a little late.
Fair enough.
How can I help
You
you?
want to make some purchases, I believe, Sparky?
Yes. Those is Ethereum? That's not
Ethereum.
right. Ethereum scrolls.
Physics said
Physics
we could.
contacted you and told you that we could.
Yes, I did get contact from Physics that I'm allowed to sell you some Ethereum scrolls. I was given specific instructions to give you the ones that aren't as important for the security of,
Richmond.
well, he said, like, the Empire.
Fair enough.
So, I'm allowed to sell you levels 1, 2, and 3 of Ethereum. Of those, I have in stock.
Did you ever find your stock of Ethereum scrolls?
Yeah.
Okay.
What type of stuff you got?
Huh?
Ribbit.
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 It just shuffles around.
But yes, could we see them?
No.
Pig
You have to
eyes.
ask, and I can tell you if I have it.
Turned off.
I cannot show you all of them, because it's a security risk. I was given very specific instructions.
I
Pulls
understand.
up entire for
I
a
am
second
just-
with their level spell list.
I am just happy that we can purchase them.
Fireball.
Fireball's expensive.
Your wounds.
Sure, fucking expensive.
I do have those. They are important. I think I can let a level 1 go.
Find familiar.
I do not have Find Familiar.
Shame.
Anybody else have any other ideas?
Fireball.
She checks a list that she like, and not really a list. It's
Says,
like a
"Do not
pocketbook.
sell to adventurers.
It is a pocketbook, and it's just like, I don't have Fireball. It's be such a hot commodity with adventuring parties. Like, now we just don't need a wizard. Like, they do more than
Why we're here?
they do more than Fireball. I was like, do they really though?
That's when you get a wand of fireball.
That's very true.
That's when you give your wizard the wand of fireball.
Reminded them halfway through the session. Like, I saw
After
you.
the second session of the same fight.
Yeah.
Look, I have a wand of spell slots.
And that wand is really getting used. I'm like, I have a wand.
Its DC is so much lower than mine, though.
That's very true.
It's like 15 versus 22.
It's 15.
I love the most effective point in that whole fight was me just I was like, I'm throwing you in water and you in water.
They were fighting next to basically like an underground river feeding into a like turbine thing. Just yeeted like 4 mind flayers.
Oh god, I
into
have to
it.
do things next session. Okay.
So do I.
Haste.
I just remembered everything.
No.
Uh,
Only very specific spells get turned into Ethereum spells that we keep on hand.
very understandable.
Shield.
Shield is solid.
I might have shield. She checks. Just. I have
Yeah, I imagine
2 shields.
Which are they?
They. Shield's the first level, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, shield's a person.
The shields are 50 gold apiece.
And anybody can cast them.
Yes. It is a scroll, so you have to use your action to do so.
Oh,
Yeah.
so shield wouldn't quite work.
Yep.
Oh, that's some bullshit.
You would have to
Hence
cast
why
it.
she still has them.
Yeah. You would have to cast it and then hope you get use out of it for your next turn. Which,
Okay.
I mean, might not be terrible if somebody is square in the middle of the fight.
I say we should definitely. They're only 50.
I think they were for an initiative with the guard that didn't pan out too much. Anyway, she brings. You notice that size is in relation to the power of the spell, and so she brings out 2 rather small spell scrolls. They look more like pamphlets, so like 4 feet by 10 inches, that have a very very thin wax seal that's actually holding a ribbon. That you know that if you just go like this and pull, easy.
It's
then.
unfurled and then you bring.
Yep.
Do you want to
I-
carry those, or do you want to
I buy both. I buy both. Yeah.
Cool.
We can figure out who's carrying them later.
Detect magic.
Another-
I do have some detect magics. Those are very useful. Detect magic, second level or third?
Second.
Second.
First.
First. It's
First.
level.
I have detect magic.
It might be a second
I also
Yeah,
can't.
so do I, but I can't. Well,
They are also 50 gold apiece.
I think that's totally
Aren't these
worth it.
scrolls one time?
Yes.
Yeah.
yes.
But 50 gold for detect magic for 10
Floating
minutes?
disc.
Heck yeah.
That actually would
what did
be.
Darwin say?
Floating disc.
Oh shit!
Because that would be a good
That's
one
a floating disc.
when we need it.
Why am I not connected to you?
I have one. But. Yes, it's gonna work, but just be careful because anything. It only lasts so long, and it's.
Anything that's on it will hit the ground afterwards.
Yeah, and it can hold a lot of weight, and it can end up blocking impact. So this one, be very careful. There's a reason we don't really use it in day-to-day here. It is used a little bit more often on the docks, like in Low Cliff and stuff. Floating disc is a second level?
First.
First. Also 50 gold.
Lots of very useful first levels.
Alright, shield scroll has been added to my.
Yeah, by the way, just add a scroll, and if you can, put an asterisk or something beside it to know that
you
is
can
a spell.
customize the scroll
Yeah, you can
and therefore
rename
give
it.
it the name.
Okay, then do that.
Yeah, so just call
Are
it.
we buying
Shield
bulk
scroll.
or just purchasing?
I think we've
As
been
we go.
purchasing as we found them because we
Alright.
don't know
I-
how many of what we're gonna find.
I will tell you right now, I cannot lower these prices.
I'll take the floating disc.
Cool.
About the.
I don't have Thunderbolt.
This guy.
It's lightning bolt. That one.
That's
got
why
what
you
you-
don't have Thunderbolt.
I also don't have Lightning Bolt. I don't have Disguise Self.
So my name is looking through Blaze's spell list.
Silent image.
I mean,
I don't have Silent Image.
but
That's it.
yeah, because I'm getting the feeling basically it's going to more be utility spells
Yeah.
and things like that, like in defensive stuff
Do
rather
we
than.
want comprehend languages?
Do you have
I don't.
comprehend languages?
It's the first level.
Oh, so many useful spells are first
Three.
level.
Featherfall.
Oh, she has 3 of them.
Featherfall has to be used as an action.
True.
If you're falling really far, you'll have time to use it.
That's right. Those are the falls you wanted on.
Yeah.
Okay, roll. Look.
Also, I would tell you right now, there's
Do
no
you have any scrolls of
Featherfall.
identify?
Oh!
Dark Vision?
Identified. You haven't even identified.
There was.
I'll go with Dark Vision first. Dark Vision is the first or second
I
level.
tried harder not to rip this one, and I still ripped it.
Oh, there's another one. I thought you were
I
just
do.
botzing around
I
with the first
have
one.
one
I
of
bought
Dark
2
Vision.
Okay.
I will take
because they are
It
popular.
You are,
is
and you are friendly.
500 gold.
Oh no.
Ah, fuck you, Michael!
Always go to
Never
Elizabeth.
mind.
Yes, but I don't think anyone
Have another napkins by you?
It's
No.
Like it's basically.
Ah, Gage
They're
got it.
not.
yeah, and it's done.
I was like, I think they're paper towels.
Sorry,
somewhere.
did you want the comprehend languages?
Yes,
Yes.
I'm assuming they're also 50
no,
apiece.
They are 50 apiece.
I'll take all 3.
We have a
Okay.
pretty varied language
Yeah, until
party.
suddenly we need to know Undercommon.
It's
Exactly.
okay. Someday I will know everything.
Inventory.
We also have a monk that can do that. Yeah, it's a monk thing.
It's a monk
like-
thing. It's a really useful monk thing.
It's a late level monk thing that you just. Yeah, if they can speak, you can understand
Level
them.
14, I
Yeah.
think, monks. Yeah, you can.
We also just
you
got
can
rich enough
understand
to-
and speak to
Anything.
anything that.
Anything that knows the language.
And this is the thing I was telling you. You can speak to elk with.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'll sound language.
Mhm.
I know.
We also just broke the game and got enough money to make an magic item that makes it not a problem.
You have to find a place to make it.
We did.
Oh, you're talking about the other campaign.
Yeah.
I thought you meant this one. Just like, hey, you don't have that much money, do you? And two, it's like, you've not seen a magic shop
Alex
yet.
is really quickly like, did I not do the right amount of money? Did I give you too much?
That'd be like I already gave you too much. That would have been really a lot of money. We spent what 60 grand on that thing.
Something like
really
that.
high.
Yeah.
My mouth has been on the outside
Identify.
of the bag.
Identify.
I do not care.
I do.
How many?
84.
3.
Do we want borrow knowledge?
It's rolling a D4. I heard
It's
the
super useful.
D4.
I used it once.
I have 3.
And how much? Sorry.
50 gold.
It sort of gives you proficiency for an hour. That's neat. It is neat.
You said
It's
3.
extra neat for high level wizards that don't use their second level spell.
What's
for
today in
anything.
D&D?
Just for like
10.
extra
It's the 10th.
What month?
July.
something.
Thank you.
Time.
1893.
I hope by the time we are done with July, I have a calendar
It's the same thing.
that has like
I assume.
non-July-esque names on it. I found a website that allows you to do it. It's an offshoot of Cobalt Fight Club, the people who took it over.
Yeah.
They have another resource that allows you to just make a fantasy calendar. And like you can fuck it up. You can make it 10 weeks. You can make it 11 months. You can do anything you want with it, and it just.
I'm going to do that.
Gentle
The second level.
Yeah. I'm literally just looking through Blaze's spell list. It's fine.
I don't have one. The people who handle those usually are clerics themselves and have that prepared.
Okay, locate object. Sorry, is Tanner saying these things or is Sparky? Or are we both
Oh,
saying
it would have to be Sparky. I'm just reading a spell list.
Okay.
Yeah, this is we're channeling
Tanner
Blaze.
would not know this.
There's one.
Of what?
Locate object, right?
Object, yeah.
Which is a what? Second level? I have one. It is 500 gold.
That's actually the first time I've heard the price of a second level spell scroll. Okay.
If,
Silence, but for wizards.
No, I don't have silence.
But what about for wizards?
Why does silence have the ritual tag on it? Can you cast silence as a ritual?
Can you? Shit, I didn't know
I
that.
just copied the silence spell.
Huh.
Because you make custom spells and stuff you can use all as a base, so I just copied the silence spell.
Yeah, I did not know you could cast it as a ritual. It
I
only lasts like,
Good.
what, 10 minutes, right?
Yeah?
I'm gonna spend 10 minutes to make 10 minutes of fucking peace and quiet.
Okay. So
That's what you use when Gunmar and Sparky are arguing.
I think we're gonna pass on the locate object.
And then if the second level's 500, third is gonna be.
Counter spell. This is already on the napkin.
A little bit.
The goose is back.
Damn.
Beautiful.
I told you it was added to my sounds.
Just like a
I
Gage soundboard.
I'll pass on the locate object, but I'll take the 2 detect
You
magic,
just
the 3 comprehend language, and the 3 identify for a total of 4.
Everything's in wizard spells have silence.
She starts taking them all out. They're all very similar, 4 inches by 10 inches.
I
And-
look at where she's taking them out of and see if I can tell what other stock she has.
Okay, so I'm behind the counter, as in, like underneath and pulling up above. Can
Can you even see that?
you
'Cause if you're on
can't,
top of
but
the
you might be
counter-
able to deduce something. Give me an
Is this a
investigation
horse-like
check.
Creature? It's not a horse.
So there is not anything to see. You are
It's quasi-real and
inducing what
horse-like.
you can tell from her actions.
Concerned.
What was it? Investigation?
Yes.
Next time we get downtime, I'm probably doing this mess with
3.
You're not sure how she's doing it because she seems to be reaching. I'll tell you right now. She's reaching under, and she comes back up holding spells.
How about Shield of Faith?
I need to go through and
No.
copies of everything.
I'll tell you right now. I don't have any paladin stuff.
Okay, because my next question would have been...
It's hard enough to find a paladin, whether or not get them to sit down and make a scroll.
That's good to know, because my next question would have been under a smite.
No.
That being said, you could absolutely write some stuff. Do you have a theory of ink?
I am not allowed to sell it.
What if he wrote a scroll with the ink that then you could sell?
No, those I get from the capital. Ethereum ink in itself, if I had any, I wouldn't be able to sell. It's closely guarded, and these are only made in the capital and shipped out to the local provinces, specifically the King's Reps, who then will either have them on hand, or, in my case, we are basically holding them on behalf of the local provinces. So,
Fucking handful.
say if Richmond needed one, if Rodheim needed one, they would come to us, and technically the King's Rep would buy it using funds allocated by taxes.
Or, like, such a thing.
Yes.
For emergencies.
But a lot of the low-level ones don't get used as much, and so those are a little bit easier. The higher-level ones are more expensive and very niche.
So what you're saying is, if we wanted to spell Ethereum ink, we have to go to the capital and convince they're worthy of having
Someone real
Ethereum.
and
If you want to do it legally, yeah. If you want to do it illegally, you have to buy it on the black market, and also only in the capital.
Is it black? What's
Yeah.
that?
It's
No.
like an illegal. It's a legal market.
it's a market that's a mixture of all colors.
Then why is it...
Cool. Crossing over.
I'll be honest, I did
Color
not
theory.
catch that initially. Gunmar didn't catch it at all.
You're welcome.
Hey, do you have any regular spelling?
I do.
How much is it?
I believe it's $50 an ounce, and 1 ounce would give you 1 level. Can
All
you?
right, Darwin, I need you to hunt like $50.
I mean, it's Like, I don't know what unit it's measured in.
But it's gonna be a,
It's like
it's a
vial,
jar.
right?
It's
Yeah,
a
I need
vial.
month or two.
Okay.
That's the unit.
Yeah.
That the jar is, however.
Sure, it weighs an ounce. It's basically.
It is 50 gold per level.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And
I
those
have-
are special
I,
wizards.
she brings out a small little vial that looks like a inkwell, but it looks a little bit nicer and it has an engraved.
I enjoy being a person who knows
What?
about, like, wizards.
It's functionally a it's a blown glass thing, but it has an embossed thing that has like the name of like. I don't have one right now, but like a wizard's specialty spell link. But it's like a classic like old bottle kind of thing, so it's like blown into that shape and then placed down. Then there's a cork in it, and the cork has red wax around it. I have quite a bit of these. Each one's about a level, unless you're especially in that class, and usually you get about 2 out of it.
Explain that to Michael real quick.
If you're like an evocation wizard, you get the scribe evocation wizard.
Right.
At
So
like
it doesn't
level
apply
6
to
or
me.
7.
Yeah.
Doesn't apply to me.
No. It's, when you reach a certain level in wizard, whatever school you've specialized in, you get to have time and gold spent.
No, you get that from the beginning. Yeah, pretty sure.
Anyway, completely irrelevant.
It is completely
I
irrelevant.
can use that to where I don't have to use spells. Oh, it also takes time to write them. Yeah. So real quick, what's the rules on that?
It's an hour per, 2 hours per level, unless.
No,
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 you
that-
get it at
that-
level 3. When
Weird.
you
It's a
take-
lo- oh, it's when you take your
pick
specialty.
the
It's
school,
level
yeah.
3.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a
But
wizard
not a
thing.
level thing.
Okay.
You can use spell ink to write. You need spell ink
To write scrolls.
to write scrolls.
So anyone who
So
can
if
pass
you
the
say you
spell
want to
can
do
write
a level 3, you would need
Three
three
vials, yeah.
vials.
As
is
far as time that would take, which was
6
the
hours.
question I was asking.
Oh,
6 hours for a level 3.
no. This is making a spell scroll, and we're taking.
You're right, that's different.
This is scribing a spell scroll, and I'm taking this directly from Xanathars to make this easy and something you guys can reference.
Not short.
It's not short. It's not as. It's not as.
It's
just
not
plain
practical.
Cantrip is 1 vial and takes a day. A first level is 1 day, takes a vial. A second level takes 2 vials, 3 days. And a third level takes 1 work week and 3 vials. And it keeps going up from there in a different. Yeah.
Sorry, let me really
They don't want the
quickly-
wizard sitting down and busting out a bunch
Right.
of wish scrolls in an hour.
Which takes a while. But you
I
can.
actually thought about like Sparky gets high enough level, he spends the rest a large amount of time creating a wish scroll, and then just takes it to the cat. Was like, all right, we're gonna have a game.
Which you see hadn't spent all that time doing.
I think
And
unless.
just, give the wish scroll as a reward. Kind of.
Oh, that would be fun.
That'd be
Yeah.
wild.
And then being directly next to with counterspell prepared.
Oh,
In case
big
they-
move.
No.
Depending on what they wish.
Yeah. depending on
Oh,
what
I think
they
that's
wish
just
to-
someone.
Like if
Oh.
someone's like, I wish for the death of all humanity. Sparky's like, counterspell.
Yep.
God
Been
comes in.
so long making that, you son of a bitch.
But yeah, it's I'm gonna say for balancing it, I ate it all.
God stole my jerky.
There was like none left.
I know, but I wanted the
Freaking
scraps.
God,
Um,
my jerky.
In the quote.
You if you subscribe scroll Wish, I want to declare this now. You get the base function of Wish,
Yeah.
as in you can cast any 8th level for free, 8th level or lower for free.
Okay. But you can't get the do whatever you want.
Yeah, you don't get the specialty stuff.
Aww.
They
There
don't
goes
know
all
that.
of my high level wizard plans for this game.
Mine
We're
too.
only level 4, I can still get wish.
I am going
It's
to
hard to
take.
turn into divination wizard.
I'm going to take 6 of those vials.
Okay.
Do I have to do it on special paper?
In this campaign, no.
No.
Okay, cool.
Paper itself is expensive enough that it works, and all the values in the ink.
And can I get charger?
How am I?
Phone charge?
I'm full. Okay, there you go.
I'm going to spend 300 gold on that.
You gonna plug into my phone?
There's an outlet over here.
There's an outlet in every
There's an
corner.
outlet everywhere in this room. It's great.
There it is. There it is.
I bought specialty extenders over there that have flat backs. Things you were looking for, but like I didn't care about the orientation because they were literally behind everything. I like them in these. They look real good. They just
I mean,
like
I have some. They work great.
So yeah, I'm going to buy 6 vials
They're
of
penguins.
spell ink and 2 detect magics, 3 comprehend languages, 3 identify. For a grand total of
Money.
700.
Yep. Yes, it did. I think mine did that. I gotta. It's been so long since I've moved those
They
things.
want the corner. It's tiny. You can get one.
They are at an angle. They're not like at a hard left, but I think they like at a
Usually, if you can get them, they're diagonal.
real cold.
No.
Maintain them now.
Yeah.
It'll work and then we'll
Congratulations, yeah, you learned how
And then
to...
it's cold again.
Yeah, it's a little bit chilly.
It's because it's the window. Also, the rain cooled the weather down so much. Uh-oh.
So I bought in total 7 first level spells.
Am I in corner? I am.
I
Good.
do believe so, because you bought 2, 2, and 3.
Yes. No, 2, 3, and 3.
You bought 8.
That's it. I counted that 2 as a 1.
Wait, 2.
70 degrees out? Holy shit, it went like way down.
Well, yeah, right.
That doesn't always happen.
No, but it did.
You're forcing me to.
Yeah, it's like high 60s, low 50s, low 70s.
It
Cool.
almost looks like Dark
Mine still
Center,
says
but
feel
it's
like
like, is that
86.
from
Oh, never mind.
Right.
But, like, that
That's it.
keeps in that
It's
spot.
66 now.
Okay.
Where your little like arm is on the table looks like it's about to lapse off.
There are planes in
Yeah.
Ohio.
Yeah.
My other background
Oh,
kind of thing.
oh.
But it's
Anyway,
leathery.
I'm gonna have
But
to
yeah, you guys bought some Ethereum scrolls,
Wow.
which is quite impressive because they're not easy to get. You also learned that they're expensive.
Yeah.
I am using just a very simple equation, but it does make them scale to...
hard.
Yeah.
Yep.
But it's really easy. So, and hey, first levels are relatively affordable. They're rare. Like, there's not a lot of them, and you have no idea when she's going to restock.
What Apple sends her new stock?
Functionally, yeah. You also learned that every... I'm going to say something because enough of you are smart enough to have picked up on this. Every attack spell you asked for, every fireball, every lightning, and everything like that, not a single one.
Checks out.
Yeah,
Those
you
would
got
have
the
to be
gist
an
of
us thing if we ever got Ethereum. Which
You got the gist of it of
Yeah.
utility.
Or she
like,
has them, but doesn't have them. You know, it's-
which I'm pretty sure she does. I feel like physics would have
maybe one or
Ethereum.
two.
Yeah.
Would he have them in the store?
Or no.
He might
Probably
have
not.
them in his tower.
Right. The point is, there's probably Ethereum ink in this.
I'm sure she has like sending scrolls and stuff.
Right.
yeah.
God, we should have asked for sending scrolls.
Sending's third level.
We're still there.
Yeah,
Sending
yeah,
is
you're in
the
front of
Oh,
her.
are we still in front of her?
Yeah, we haven't gone.
Sending
through.
Oh, sending?
I do have some of those. They're one of the more popular ones.
Go ahead.
I can, even though I have more, I can really only sell you one, and
No
that-
need to explain. That's understandable.
anyway, 1,000 gold.
We're good. Okay. Oh, we have sending stones.
Dark Vision was 500.
Seeming.
Seeming?
No, it's a fifth level spell.
Oh,
Animate
alter self.
dead.
Bonfire.
Disguise self.
Bonfire, I don't
The
have.
second level disguise
I-
self, first level.
Can just go to Zooks. Like, he's got a flint and steel and some firewood for sale.
Alter self.
Okay.
What level
Same
is Ultra
gun.
Salty?
Second.
Yeah, first or second.
It's the second level spell.
Wow.
I'm fairly confident.
I know it is.
Disguise self is a
I
first
just-
level spell.
I have the need to double
But
check.
alter self, which is more powerful, is
I don't have Ultra Self.
Alright.
It's a very singular person change kind of
Yeah.
thing.
That's all I've got.
Can't think of anything.
I don't
So.
know which
Polymorph?
It's a fourth level
That's
spell.
a fourth
That's
level
fourth
spell.
level. Never mind.
So is Dimension Door.
It can only go up to 3 with you guys.
That's
I know, I perfectly
Yeah.
understand. I'm just trying to figure out which spells are which.
Honestly, you got some great ones that any other adventurer would be jealous to have.
Oh, I know.
The fact that you got this permission is very impressive.
They are very impressive.
But we will.
Ribbit.
Ribbit to you, sir.
I've been eyeing the frog almost the entire time.
He
So you're
doesn't
doing
know.
this?
Toad.
You gotta specify toad or frog.
Yeah, no,
You
I
can't
haven't seen the frog today somewhere. I know it.
I imagine you're looking around even more intensely than I am. Just like, where is that?
Make a perception check.
You don't see shit!
I don't know if he's
Yeah.
Darwin.
16.
Actually, yeah, you don't really see anything that you haven't seen before.
You see a toad on a counter?
You do see the toad. The toad is watching you, just like, eh. You like, just the slightest, like, it's got a giant mouth, and just like, eh.
The toad totally has true sight.
Ribbit. I think.
Ribbit.
Ribbit.
Why? Just quick reminder. He says
He
ribbit.
says ribbit.
Yeah, I love
Sparky
it.
mimics him every time he does.
Yep.
Like,
does
even
Gunmar.
mid-conversation with the lady.
How ribbit you?
You start turning into a toad.
Does anyone else have anything they want
No.
No?
Not real my story.
Okay.
Just say, like, this is the DM speaking. Remember, Ethereum, anyone can cast it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we've also gone through like the entirety of the wizard and a good portion of the cleric spell list
there's
because
more-
we have Blaze's stat block here
Which
to
is
reference.
almost every first, second, and third level spell. It's faster than loading the spell list.
Granted. I'm not. Don John does a good job.
That's fair, but I'm already
D&D.
in D&D Beyond.
It's very true.
I
I
just switch characters and I'm there.
have a Don John tab just open
That's fair.
almost at any moment.
I try not to
Any
be in
spell
it.
that she has to do?
She might. Yeah, it's from any spell list.
There are. She actually also has regular spells.
You have Healing Spirit?
What level?
It's second level.
She does. She has
I
one.
have done this the stupidest way that
Human
I
Spirit's the
could
one that everyone walked through,
I
right?
expect
Yeah, that's
nothing
like
else.
walk through.
I do have one of those. They were part of an initiative by the hospitals to try to
You just
help
put them on
out.
the door.
Functional, yes.
That's amazing. That's a great idea.
Unfortunately, they for the bulk
Inspiration.
of a hospital,
Give
it was
constitution. It'll only harm us.
it wasn't good enough, as well as the wounded usually didn't come in alone, and so it would affect the family members as well. It just wasn't efficient enough. So I do have some extras. I think I have one or two. They are 500 apiece. It was a little harsh.
It just means that we can't buy cyclables until.
But yeah, as a side note, she probably has. I already said this.
Yeah.
Um,
But yeah, feel free to try any spell list. The only one she doesn't have, as she's mentioned, is Paladins, because Paladins don't light spells often enough. And their spells are very specific for Paladins.
Yep, you have like
they're very specific.
you have
assaults.
find steed and then various ways of murdering stuff. Is what
Honestly, Find Seed's actually incredibly powerful, but they also learned that the gods don't like you writing that one down if you didn't earn it.
Yeah. It's okay. There's an alternative.
Making yourself a horse?
No, there's a wizard alternative to find steed.
Oh, okay.
I was looking through all my spells.
Okay. It's been a while since I've looked through the spell list, and it's gotten
It got to a
bigger.
point where I just started taking whatever spells I didn't already have. I wasn't looking.
I like the idea, though, of a paladin profiting off of his god's blessings. It's like, I'm gonna write this one down.
just like
I'm a paladin of the god of Karnar.
Joaquin is like the pharaoh god of like mercantilism.
There are gods of mercantilism and stuff like that in this universe and stuff like that. The problem is that Ethereum is a limited resource. It's used for very specific reasons and for specific uses. And honestly, Paladins, it's like you don't need to. You would have to read the smite, wait a turn, and then
And
use
then hit
it.
something.
You know what would be great? We got an Ethereum scroll for like smite, and then gave it to the rogue.
I mean, yeah.
And
Yeah, the same
sneak
problem
attack
would
and
happen.
shit with
Yep.
smite.
Same problem would happen.
What is worth more?
It can't be smite. It has to be a specific one of the.
Yes, it
Yeah.
has to be one of the specific
Because
smites.
I can't smite, but I could thunderous smite.
Yes. You cannot write just the smite. That's a
Smite is
paladin.
not-
I know that much,
Yeah.
but
You have other smites, the like Burning Smite, Wrathful Smite, all
Yeah.
that stuff, Blinding Smite. Blinding Smite, for some reason, I have
Smite.
prepared. Because I have 15 spells I can prepare, and honestly, I need 12.
It's okay. I always have Bane prepared. If you ever need it.
Really?
Yeah.
Me and ceremony.
mean ceremony.
Anybody need married? I can do that. I can do that
I
right
mean,
now.
To be fair, we bury a lot of bodies.
I've misheard that as you. I heard me and ceremony as you describing
Mean
Bane
ceremony?
as mean ceremony.
Ah.
It's not incorrect.
I also heard mean ceremony.
Oh,
I didn't,
I
but I
heard that,
didn't
but I
want to
know
grab
what
a break
you
because I
meant.
figured it would work out eventually.
I knew what you meant.
okay.
I didn't know the spell well enough, so I also thought you just meant that Bane was just a mean ceremony.
Mm.
Because I knew what Bane did.
Now, Bane is the opposite of Bless.
I don't always have bless prepared, just Bane.
Mm.
I can prepare bless. I sometimes do.
Wow! Really?
Wow!
And you wasted it, you fool!
Double
Darwin
20.
sees everything.
I see the frog.
No,
Do you want to
see-
apply that to something? That's real special. I'll give you
you
some
see the
flavor
guy
of bullshit
you
if
see
you
the guy with
pick a
the hand
skill
on
and
the
something you want to
frog.
do.
I haven't heard about this tangent time.
You see the guy holding the hand puppet that is the imaginary frog. You see beyond the veil, you see God.
What up?
You squint to read his mug.
You have borne witness to God, and he has tea.
I glance over at the toad,
A paladin
and I see him
cleric,
smirk,
or a divination wizard.
and suddenly just things connect in my mind, and I go, there is no frog. I get it now. There is no frog.
What are you talking about?
God.
As I look over, and he's just like...
Periodically, he gets a little animated.
That's exactly what it
At
is.
least you understand.
What are you talking
There is
about?
no frog.
You're right. There's no
Darwin, are you okay?
Any
Just need a minute.
You're playing Sudoku. I thought you were checking a spell list the whole time.
I already went
Insane defense. Passing around in this store for a solid 20 minutes.
I thought I was waiting for people to check the spell lists.
Oh, that's
Taylor doesn't know anything about magic.
I thought she was checking a spell list for
That's
10
right.
minutes.
Also,
Look
like
over
how
Sudoku.
God wrote me an empty check, and I went, I don't see the frog.
That's why God felt safe writing you an empty
That's
check.
fair enough.
To be fair.
Okay.
I had disadvantage on an attack roll in the campaign I was in the other day. Double nat 20s. I'm a paladin in that game. That smite was meant to go on.
God said yes.
Yeah. Anyway, anything else you would like in the imaginary frog?
Michael's not here, so I think the rest of us are
I
fine.
think we're good.
Cool. You got a lot of first levels. You have an understanding of the second levels are decently much more expensive, about 10 times as much.
Third's
Invisibility?
even more so.
Visibility is a second level, 500. Oh,
If
I was
it's
more
in
thinking how many.
Sorry, you were
if she's
thinking-
got any.
she does not have invisibility.
Okay.
Sorry.
You are playing Sudoku. Alex Huff 2022 has officially been added to the quote book.
I think she's
But yeah.
winning, though.
Are you winning?
Kid.
As far as I
My mom plays Sudoku a lot. She's been enjoying it. But she gets like physical books of just Sudoku
I mean, those
puzzles.
are nice.
I used to have.
So, our next thing is... We're gonna...
Commandant Hastings.
Yes.
Guard tower, not guard tower. Guard house.
The Shield
Will
House.
we meet
Shield House.
Jenkins? Where we could learn his first name?
Maybe. I don't know if he's here.
At what point does it become rude to ask? Like 3 weeks ago?
I was gonna say, yeah.
How much do you care about being rude?
But yeah, okay.
Well,
You are
right,
you are
okay.
closer to that too. Your other option is to prowl around using Roger and stuff like that. Try to find connections that way. Just
I think we
putting that
need to
in.
talk to her for
Yeah.
a variety of reasons.
Professional staff
So
standards.
unless Michael says something when he gets back, I think that's where we're going.
Cool. You literally takes you 5 minutes to walk over to the Shield House. The Shield House is on. It's also in the Target Ward. Just giving you a quick thing. It's this big like triangle building.
Mm-hmm.
It's the triangle building.
Right, triangle.
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 Okay.
Triangle.
It's a triangle without sharp corners. Whatever that is
It's
actually
a
called.
D4 that's not a caltrop.
I don't know. I still wouldn't want to step on that.
How did you bring him?
Speaking of D4, there it is.
Body mat.
That is a caltrop.
I know. It
Oh,
was,
bread.
it
the
was
Venturi
hiding.
effect.
God just called you fat.
All the bread.
You need me to get one?
I don't know. Like, flying takes a lot of effort. I think you burn off that bread. I
I
think
know.
you're fine.
It was just, this one was hiding to the D4. Wait,
I
where is
feel
my
like
D4?
just
That's still pretty comfortable.
generally
He's not
fit
disagreeing with
in
that. That
Monko
wasn't the
hand
point
in
of his
hand.
conversation.
Yeah.
He was reminded his D4 should exist, and therefore looked
Just
to it.
playing an obese monk.
I will let you know the
Wasn't
what
he
it looks like
more
when
of like
Michael
the
gets
sumo
back. He
wrestler?
should be back soon, I think.
Kind of monk.
He just went to the restroom, right?
Yeah.
Just leaves.
They don't get the multi-attack, but their attack hits for double hit.
No, I was
I
thinking he is
was
multi-attack,
wrong.
but it's like E Honda.
Yeah.
I do not get that.
Just
It's
disembodied
sad.
hands. Just
Yeah.
Next level, though.
God, I would hate that if
we
like
did the map.
you did the like the E Honda disembodied thing, and it's like,
Next
that was
level
2
will come back
attacks.
as,
It's
second
like
attack.
really,
You.
7 hands. 2 hits.
It's 4?
4 of us?
4
Yeah.
of the 7, yeah.
Multi-attack
Just do
next
the
level. The majority of the
fucking-
party gets multi-attack next level.
Consecutive
What?
brutal punches.
I also
You
get
don't.
stunning
Sparky
strike.
doesn't. I don't. No.
Serious.
I have
Oh,
a
But,
serious.
out of
You're
the
a
7
full caster.
Look
You're
what
one of 2 full
Look what I
casters.
can do. Snake.
Yeah.
We're in the middle of
What
a
kind of
area.
snake is it?
It's a giant constrictor.
It's a python.
I pull out the
Let Monty
Staff of
flavor her
bird
staff
calls?
of not python.
and I make the snake paw like a crow.
It comes out as a.
I get to choose that.
You do get to choose.
I get to choose that.
Yeah.
I like to think that we have a broken bird call staff, and it always comes out as a goose song. Like if we
I will
drop
like
it-
if I don't care, I'll roll for it.
You hear a goose's impression of a
That's
kookaburra.
By the Kookaburra, one of my favorite ones is the iconic Sound of the Jungle. If you've ever listened to like the old, not Jungle, but old Tarzan films, they would always have this particular sound where they were doing landscape shots of the jungle
Yep.
per se. There's a Kookaburra call in that. That's the iconic call of like
Jungle.
that shot.
Yep. The establishing shots of Africa.
Yep, it's like used. Like it's like up there with the Wilhelm scream of like you are now in Africa.
Yeah, just like the bird that's going.
By the way, it's incredibly accurate. That's just how a kookaburra sounds.
I think
Yeah.
Africa, that's what happens. Like, every time you see a landscape, just
You look.
One just magically spawns in.
it's not.
I mean,
it's an
every time
African
I
curse.
fall
I just also want to point out
It's a
that
Wilhelm
that
Africa
native
is
to
cursed.
Australia, not
Yep.
Africa.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
Not
I
at
was
all.
going to say
Very mild
I
curse.
listened to a kind of like an article on NPR about a bird enthusiast who says his hobby has ruined his enjoyment of movies because he can't listen to a movie without going, "That's not where that bird
I
is
mean,
from."
that's every specialist seeing fiction ever.
But it
Mom
was
can't
just
watch
a
it,
very
yeah.
interesting article going to that amount
Musicians
of
watching
detail.
like animated instruments, they're almost always wrong. Except for apparently the Bugs Bunny piano section.
Yes.
I see a bunch
Tom
of
and
YouTube
Jerry.
videos like that.
Apparently,
There's a Tom and Jerry one.
Bugs
Yeah.
Bunny's wrong, but Tom and Jerry's right.
there's a Tom and Jerry one, but then apparently also Family Guy does drums pretty well. The few times they've had the like drumming come up.
Metalocalypse. Pretty sure they made the thing right on the guitar.
Nice. It's legitimately.
Also the point of the show.
There was also a
That's
there was a YouTube.
Anyway, Michael's back.
Yes.
We've left.
Did you want anything else from the imaginary product?
No.
Okay.
Awesome.
Okay,
We're
you
on to the
guys.
That's
guardhouse.
what we were waiting for.
It's the Shield House.
Shield house. That's what the guards in the shield house. Because they have shields.
It's the King's
They go
Shield.
bam!
You've met like the serious ones, but walking around, including the ones around. Actually, no, the ones. Unfortunately, weirdly, the most guard interaction you've had is with the elite ones, because that's what guards Cantus's house, as well as the ones at his door, as well as the ones who came with him when he teleported. That's like the elite group. There's also just normal guards around who are known as King Shield.
So
The person I asked,
was
I casually said,
custodians,
"See you later,"
which
to
is
was
the
a
guard
elite
towards
guard.
the Emperor of
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Oh.
Friends with him, except he's somehow different every time. But he's always in the same place, so it's fine.
They're
Hey
specifically
guys,
because
we
they
should ask
think
someone
less.
Hastings' first name.
No, that is
No, I don't think we need
exclusive
to. Yeah.
to future Commandant Jenkins.
I already know Hastings' first name.
Nope, because I haven't made one.
Yep.
No, because it doesn't exist yet.
It wasn't relevant until this moment.
Anyway, we were just holding the description back. So you go back. It takes you like 5 minutes to get over to the guardhouse, the
Shield house.
shield house. Fuck you.
They saw the glare as soon as he said it.
Anyway, the shield house is built in a very similar manner to the king's hall. It's very generic kind of bearing, while being triangular in general, though the edges are curved. It has very well pasting windows that looks to be like a generic kind of office building that just had to incorporate to this kind of weird dimension size. The biggest things denoting it as the shield's house are there is a high walled section to its southern part that takes up most of that edge of the wall. It's tall enough that you can't see through it, but as you walk past, you can kind of get glimpses through the paneling. You realize it's some kind of training yard. It has various. You at least recognize from like those brief glimpses going really fast pastly. There's arrow butts, dummies on sticks, like a small obstacle course. It's a training yard. My cat wants it.
Scorch mark on the
Yeah?
ground.
How? I mean,
That is a
left.
very deep scorch mark. That is clearly where they practice spells.
That's
There
the
is a
fireball spot. If you're an evocation wizard, you get to stand there.
Showing off.
I don't care how big the room is. Fireball.
Stop calling me out.
But it worked.
You haven't hit me yet with it. Last thing you
I
hit me.
haven't tried.
It's the point. You tried to not hit me, and it's been successful ever since. Oh, my kitty cat.
I'm not sure you could fail though, so unless you made your own.
depends.
The dex save is fireball.
Yeah,
Your lower ones.
my dex is one of my lower ones. It's got an 8, but it can go up to 13. Which means my min can be 4 if I'm the only one being targeted. 14. Anyway, so you see that along the top of the front door, though, you do see a representation of the King's Shield, which is the crest of the land without all the filigree. So it is just the crest of the land. I've not finished the crest of the land, but it is a quartered segment, so it has 4 boxes. Good kitty cat.
I imagine one of them is.
Might be. I haven't really fully decided, but
That's
that
right.
was very close. I'm pretty sure one's going to be a crown.
I'm making assumptions based on about the land.
Like, the crown should be on top of the shield.
That'd be nice.
Ooh.
That actually would work out really well.
It's got wings.
Actually, yeah.
Like, if it's like a kite shield with the,
Mhm.
Yeah.
the crown right in the center.
Oh, that could work cool.
Or establish the crown into the swoops.
Ooh, yeah.
So the top
Oh, that
is,
could be cool.
The shape
Is-
is the same. The silhouette doesn't change, but the top of it is a crown.
That could work out really well.
and
I'll
then that's what's the rest
I
of
might
it.
actually
the
have you
quadrants
help me
really
with this.
nicely.
if you're not busy.
I was distracted by cat. I don't know what we're talking about.
No, the logo design. We're gonna go. So
Yeah.
that's above
I mean,
the
I
main
know.
front door. Other than that, it's a relatively
It's not gonna pay.
it looks like a relatively normal building. Oh, sorry. At the far north part, because you've passed it a couple times, there's an inbuilt stable.
You work on exposure.
Because they do like
It's
ride
a
horses
state.
around town and stuff like that. It's fast. It's the fastest way to traverse the city, and they're very good with crowd control. And during market day, it gets really crowded. Not necessarily rough and tumble, just really crowded. That's the Shield Hall from the outside.
Open or
Are there guards?
People,
Are
there are guards
posted?
Are
everywhere.
people just wandering in and out?
Yep,
Okay, cool.
Civilians and guards?
mostly guards, but you do see civilians of
Like
various
the police
kinds.
station, people can just go in when they need to report something?
Yep, there's also like they probably do minor court work here. So you do see kind of
Jake,
stuff like
who's
that.
gonna
Yeah.
be the lawyer?
Yeah, you do see lawyer-esque individuals. You can tell they're lawyers because they have a powdered wig.
They'd probably be solicitors here.
I am going lawyers because I'm not going to remember to do solicitors, but imagine solicitors.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
the
Great.
British system. 'cause-
Excuse me, there's no soliciting.
What's up, Alex?
You know, it'd be great if the guy that ran me over with the broom is here.
I know exactly where he is, and he's not here.
He's watching us.
I
Go
love how
inside!
I'm imagining
Yeah.
he's just like tracking this guy's route.
Easily
throughout the
done.
day.
You go inside. This
Find a
has.
front desk
There is a.
type area.
Yeah, the front desk area, it has multiple people at it. It's a big, this is a building meant to be used. So to the left side is literally like small claims, lost and found kind of thing. To the right hand, you see a number of clerks doing paperwork of various kinds of sizes. Sometimes they're interacting with people behind the counters. In front of you is a lot of counters, a lot of clerks there. And in the back, you can hear there's a caller who's somebody who gives out assignments and stuff like that. So they are stationed guard here that are waiting to be deployed. There are ones coming back on shift, ones that are going off shift, and ones that are garrisoned, which means they stay here until needed. But they usually go out pretty quickly. Like it's busier in this ward. Go help.
They're kind of on call.
Yeah. It's 11, so you're in the middle of like first shift. The shift starts at 8 a.m.
Is there a line?
There, 8 on a Tuesday? There's 2 lines, but they're one person apiece, and there's 2 other tellers open.
Do you want me to talk, or do you want someone else to
Oh, they look like officers that are just doing desk duty, by the way. They
Uh,
still look like
If you want to
guards.
talk, go ahead.
You're down as our official representative, is the only.
Okay. I mean, I don't see why we can't both add things to the conversation.
That's fair. We can all speak with our words.
Yeah.
How
I
dare
go up
you
to the
touch
teller
the sanctity
and
of
say,
Golrod.
We crowd as a giant amoeba.
This is a public building. There are special steps for halflings and people of a small height to be able to be at a respectable height.
See over the counter.
See over the
Yeah.
counter?
Basically, it's a folding set of kind of step stool stairs.
Yeah.
It's
It's
like-
like a pull-out.
we have this ladder in our bathroom at Target where it's like it's underneath one of the sinks. It's just like a step stool that folds up under the sink, but you just step your foot on it and bam, there's a
Oh, it's
stool
for,
for
it's
children.
it's the kid. Yes.
Yeah. it's
Yeah, I
for
know
children.
exactly what that is.
So
It's that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except for halflings and
go
theoretically
balls.
kobolds and goblins.
And shortish dwarves and gnomes.
I step up and I'm like, we need to speak to Commandant.
The person in front of you, howdy, looks to be a mid-30s male
Did you
human.
turn off your helm and your cloak?
Yeah, I turned all.
Okay.
I didn't.
I figured
turned all
I'd
of
check
that off.
before. Now that we're in a police station.
Terrible video. Anyway, This is a very busy area. Just pointing that out. There are guards everywhere.
Yes.
You are now talking to a guard. Hi, how can I help you?
We want to talk to Commandant Hastings.
What business do you have?
I feel like we have information for her.
Regarding?
The Candace.
What are the places? The camper?
Alright. What kind of information do you have?
A lot.
Information that realistically should be brought directly to Commandant Hastings, as it can lead possibly the discovery of their base of operations and dissolution.
Even physics said that we should go directly to her.
He pokes up a little with the name drop.
So did someone else.
Alright.
Was it Tomlin?
I think
Common mentioned it.
I was going to say, someone in Rodheim told us about her, and other people since then have mentioned that, yeah, we need to talk to her.
Rodheim no, not Rodheim. Tomlin and Smiling Liar.
Yeah,
He's the one who told us she was a devil on Hoops.
Yeah. They don't know Smiling.
Alright.
We got her name from the King's Rip in Rodheim and from physics.
You seem well connected. Alright, let me take you to a back room. I'll see if she's free.
Do we see Captain Jenkins anywhere in here?
In here, right now, give me a perception check. It's a very busy place.
Are we determined to find this?
Nat 20.
A total of...
I'm looking at it right now. I get excited when I get a 20.
That's fair.
That's
I
fine.
see you're also
By the
going
way,
to break that habit, though.
lot of 20s today.
It's the small.
I have one die. That's why.
Total 20. I get a plus 0.
You see a lot going on. You don't see... Jenkins.
Blank Jenkins.
Well,
Admiral Jenkins.
I will say what you do see is that
God,
it's...
King
He's in the
Jenkins.
Navy
I was about to
now.
say God Slayer.
God,
So-
Emperor Jenkins.
Gets down this
That'd
door
be
and just comes in and
Ariel.
slices me.
Someday it's just gonna be Jenkins.
That's
All
when he's
caps.
a king.
Like fucking Dio.
Alright, we shift the entire campaign to just make Jenkins
There's
Lord
Jenkins.
Emperor of the
No, we already
universe.
decided to do that.
I know, we did. Darwin
What
will
you
be
see
Ferdinand.
is...
Darwin is Jenkins.
this place is not as busy as you... Well,
What's
it's just
your
not as
first
busy
name?
as
Darwin
it looks like
Jenkins.
it could accommodate. It is like midday on a Tuesday, functionally.
We don't know your last name.
Oh man.
I've said it. It's Bright Hand.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
you have.
Oh yeah, he did it when he wrote the application. You see that this place can accommodate quite a lot of people, and it's not very busy right now. You see a lot of people kind of sitting around, waiting around. You do hear people getting called out and saying like, "Hey, go on this assignment," or "Get ready to go on shift." More like names and stuff like that. But this is happening in the back. There's a caller for guards.
As a side note, Graves is a really good last name to shout in a very fashion.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's very
No,
good.
That's why
my dad
Aristotle
was in the
Graves.
military.
Oh yeah. Graves. Ooh.
Sir, yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah.
McPherson.
What?
What you don't want is a long name with a lot of soft consonants.
It's just one of those like really long like Russian names. So like I don't know any off the top of my head. Like Chernobyl.
Yeah.
Oh, so good.
Boom.
Anyway, you notice with a
And
20
someone's
that
last name was Hitler.
it's. I mean, yeah, it was his last name too.
Yes.
Yep. Anyway, it
It was a
was.
popular last
You notice that it's not that busy. With a 20 perception, you also notice that the people next to you seem to be doing mostly. They look like elderly individuals, possibly retired, that are mostly doing noise complaints. You realize not a lot's going on right now.
Okay. Oh, Captain Jenkins. It got really quiet.
The music either paused or shifted. Or Vanya's going to the bathroom.
You were taken to a side room, kind of like a little conference room. This was not an interrogation room.
Yes.
You do pass a couple of those. They're
They have,
heavily
like,
used.
really big ones.
No, they're more like single tables, and they do have the one-sided mirrors, which is kind of
Yeah.
cool.
Imagine it's an enchantment.
No, it's a trick with glass and candles. How they actually do it.
Magic and science!
Anyway, you were taken to like what looks to be a slightly disused conference room. It's just like these are active people. They don't.
Really interrogate things.
For one thing, it's a table with enough chairs to house all 7 of you. So, for a start, that's that. And there's chairs left over. It is on the first floor still. It has a nice view of the main street. He goes, all right, can I get a name or a group name that I can give to Commandant Hastings?
Pack
All
Magic.
right. You registered with the guild?
Whoosh.
Yep.
Yes.
All right. You dropped a couple names. We're gonna make some inquiries. We'll hopefully see you in a couple minutes.
Yep.
Really?
He leaves, and you're alone in the building.
Right, so simple.
It's always fire.
We blow up the police station. I'm fine.
Do all the jail keys and throw them in.
I mean, we could.
That's a massive dick move.
And then we're like, hey, we saw that all your keys are missing. We happen to have a lock experiment. Just engineer.
I would also be the thief expert to get the key.
I don't know. They might have
Listen,
something
Tanner, you're
to-
our money maker.
They might have something
Or
to
did
say
you
about the
say
things
that?
you have on your hands. Mm-hmm.
There's no technically with it. You are wearing invisible gloves.
I leave no fingerprints.
English gloves.
Are they?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I've never checked.
I mentioned it. You commented and said that makes a lot of sense.
I mean, it does.
It's in the recording.
I believe you. Alex, you assume I remember everything that we've ever said here. This is why I take notes.
You specifically mentioned it and just said like, no, that makes a lot of sense because fine tuning and stuff.
I mean, it does.
I don't remember things that I've said, let
Say-
alone what things
They're
don't
fingerless
remember.
gloves.
Literally, I've been listening to the podcast too, and podcast.
It is.
It's
It's a
yeah.
podcast.
But like, there are some very minor things that you've like accidentally retconned
Yeah, Alex.
just by like having not written that specific fact.
Note to self: get other gloves to put over my gloves.
Would work incredibly well.
Almost like wanted to negate the gloves. Like they get jealous and just like, no.
They're not sentient. They don't get jealous.
You don't know if
Now
that's
here's the
sentient.
thing.
It doesn't say they're sentient.
I'll make them sentient.
That's cool. I love
You
sentient.
get
technology.
regular gloves, but you cut off the fingers and just kind of
Yes!
insert each individual finger.
Hey, Zook.
The reverse of fingerless
Can you
gloves.
give fingers to these gloves?
I would like finger puppets for all of my fingers.
I'm okay.
But
Anyway,
Being added as gremlin noises, I am okay.
Then you don't leave fingerprints,
And then
but
you
the
hang
guards are
signs
like,
to gremlin
we were
noises
robbed
on
by a
hand
very,
signs."
very small dinosaur.
I love that. Puppets on their own fingerprints.
I forgot how.
We are in a mood today.
Guys,
Oh my
really
God.
We can't get anything done.
It's so funny though.
Do we need to cover any of our bases before Commodore Hastings gets here?
Please discuss that. That is what I have given you time for.
I
Yep, I
don't think
figured.
so. I plan on just immediately telling her about the kobolds because she knows.
Right.
And then I plan on spilling Steeler.
That's fire. What if she brings someone else in the room?
I'm going to ask her to make that person leave.
Right.
And if she tells me, no, he can stay and learn about whatever, I'll be like, I don't know, we'll figure it out.
We're just gonna let her ask questions and
She's
answer.
gonna
them.
wait.
Yeah,
We're gonna tell the truth. Got it.
right. Not with, this isn't,
That's a new one for us.
this isn't a
You're a
person we have
bird.
to be secretive with.
Dang it, because you're a bird.
Inspiration.
Har, har, har.
Inspiration to Darwin.
Or
Yes. Who doesn't have inspiration?
I don't.
That is not a reason to give someone inspiration.
That's fair. Now I'm just curious.
I have inspiration.
I don't.
I know.
I
you got
do
it
not.
earlier.
Angry Sparky got to come to like. Angry Sparky's my
Can
favorite.
you
Angry
get it from the
authoritative.
argument earlier?
The,
Because I think we gave Sparky inspiration for the same interaction, but Gunmar didn't get
it
it.
was a different interaction, I
Was it?
believe.
Yeah, it was a different interaction.
That was,
And he was also the leader of
yeah.
the
Well,
interaction.
because I was gonna give myself inspiration, like nominate myself for inspiration for that, so I could succeed on a roll against McPherson. But I decided that was too
Ended up not having
douchey,
it.
and then just after the whole encounter, I was like, "Can I have inspiration for that?"
Anyway.
And he led the encounter.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's all. Try to get
A
inspiration.
couple minutes later, legitimately like close to 10 or not, they are letting you like kind of stew in this room for a little bit. Honestly, not as much as they have you interrogating, but they are.
What's in this room?
It's
Volunteers.
quite bland. It has a big table.
Mm-hmm. Chairs.
And decently made chairs. They're relatively comfortable. I wouldn't like want to be in them for 8 hours, but like for this, they're actually not too bad. It's got a big window looking out on the first floor. It does, I would say, have like one of the fall walls is probably a chalkboard, so they can diagram something or another.
Is it actively being used?
Chalkboard? There's nothing on it.
There's now a smiley face on it.
The other room
Before
has
you
a
toot on
portrait of what looks to be a old head of the guard.
Okay.
And the wall opposite of the windows is wood paneling. It has a small bar that looks like, based on ring stains and a couple of things, this is probably where they keep water.
Oh, okay. Pseudo break room. Not really the break room, but like somewhere someone can sit down for 2 minutes.
Yeah. And it looks like it can comfortably hold 15 plus people.
Cool.
So, yeah.
Doodle on
Sometimes you need to put a lot of people in a room.
Start a game of Hangman.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, we're on chalk.
I will say there's also chalk provided.
I would hope there's chalk.
I'm gonna use their chalk. I'm not gonna use my chalk on this.
My chalk.
We use the stale bread.
No.
Really stale.
Just
Stale enough to write on the chalkboard.
Scratches the chalkboard.
Can be used as an
Anyway.
improvised weapon. It's so stale.
But yeah, about 10 minutes goes by as you're just hanging out. This room, by the way, has 2 doors. You came into the back door and sat around that side of the wall, table. At the far end, there's another door. Like a lot of conferences, it's double door.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, a figure comes through that door. She is flanked by 2 of the elite guards that you have seen before, as well as the standard guard who came in before, just kind of hanging back, as well as a couple other look to be guards, but more in a clerical role at the moment. Yes.
Were we made to surrender weapons?
You would not.
Okay.
That actually,
Wanted to check.
I count that because they would. Like, it's a police
Sorry.
station.
You did say it was the day.
But they would be more likely to take
Can
weapons.
I yank my gemstone out of my?
Can you do it as an action?
No, probably.
don't
I
know.
actually think you
You
can.
probably can. It's probably
It's putting
an
it
hour.
back that takes an hour. But yeah, he will ask you to drop your weapons, and he sends you to. This is going back in time, but basically one of the other windows.
Like a locker, basically.
Yeah, you're gonna get a receipt for your weapons.
Cue the D&D party. Boing, 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 boing.
If you don't say you would like try to hide something, I'm gonna take it that you're putting everything down.
No, we do that. Yeah.
Tanner
No
put
reason.
in.
You have to touch it as an action. So he's just gonna yank the handle off, and suddenly the handle's back.
Mhm.
Pocket, give him the dagger.
Cool. Does she have daggers and stuff?
He has 1 dagger on it.
You have.
But the rest are not visible, so.
I have a great axe, I have hand axes, javelins, a longsword.
Ah, yes, like a true
Yeah,
brother.
I'm just throwing
But how many
everything
of them
in the
are
locker.
visible?
I can just punch
I don't have a bag of
and
holding,
slow
and I'm less than 4 feet.
Alright, you are bristling.
I
just have your,
am
like,
dangerous to hug.
I have a bow and a short sword.
You have like a baseball backpack, but
And I'm
instead of a baseball
learning
bat,
very
it's just like
important
6
things.
javelins.
I like to imagine
Take out the
it's
axe,
a,
place
it's
it on
a
the table.
golf bag.
Good
Oh,
thing.
fuck.
Yeah, it does encourage you to like turn itself over.
You are Casey Jones.
Like, don't try to hide me. Don't stick me in. His moral complex
Yeah.
is encouraging him to turn itself over.
I'll put a dagger and my crossbow in because those are the only weapons.
They put it in entwined. This is not the first time they had javelins.
No, I have hand axes, a sword, and an axe too.
It's got a lot of visible weapons.
I give them a dagger and a scimitar,
Cool.
which they're like, why the fuck does this short ass kobold hold his hand?
Because he wanted a claymore, but they were too expensive.
He's gonna flip claymores.
Now.
But yeah, the one thing I would say, Vanya's staff, they don't attempt. They, I would say you guys have enough
pet.
insight
That's a
that
stick.
they also recognize that she's a druid.
Yeah, there's weird political things happening here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a sensitivity to dealing with Vanya in official buildings.
Like if Squirt wanted to, he could probably rally to keep.
That
it.
would be hard. No, Vanya seems to be special
Okay.
as a
Um,
druid.
Sparky tells that
Would-
way in the back of his mind for future lives.
Do they ask for my arrows also?
No, they do ask for your weapon, but not your
And my
arrow.
staff? I have a staff of bird calls.
They don't ask for the staff.
Yay!
Cool.
As long as you declare it as a staff of bird calls and can demonstrate.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
I
I like that. That's our battle cry. Honk.
can I just say, like, if I don't care, I can roll.
Yeah,
2, 3,
Like whatever
10.
Darwin is.
I honestly thought it was
Yeah.
a rolling thing when I first thought about it.
It's so much more fun for it to be a rolling thing.
It really is.
That's why he's doing
It's
it.
far more of a useful utility if you can like basically like it's like okay guys, this means this and this means that.
Yeah, I mean fair.
Caw! Go.
Raven or crow.
Crow.
Sorry.
That's
I
a
I think it
crow.
was a raven.
I like to think the staff says caw.
Crow.
Caw.
Crows and
Ribbit.
crows and ravens make different noises.
They do.
They do.
And it's...
Pet peeve of Michael's, apparently.
No, it's just something I learned fairly recently, and it's like, one of them is a caw.
Yeah.
The other one
Is
is
not.
fucking not.
It's not a car.
Anyway.
That's all I know. It's
Now
just
that
an
I'm
interesting little
unintentional,
fact.
our weapons taken away.
But yeah, you are now disarmed. And
Sorry.
so, Commandant Hastings has entered with 2 elite guards, some clerks, and the guy who posted to you ended with.
Okay, we still
I have a
have.
question. Can I smite by punching people?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's melee attacks.
Okay.
Or biting them.
I don't think you need to worry about that right now, but yeah.
I know, just...
Future
Yeah.
reference, it's important to figure out how you can hurt people when you don't have your weapon.
Yeah, Vith is still incredibly dangerous without armor or weapons. I got a natural weapon. It's a bite attack. Yum, 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 yum.
Yeah. Commandant Hastings.
Listen.
Commandant Hastings comes in. She is a halfling.
Howdy.
A lively short halfling as well, so she is dwarfed by the 2 elite guards. You do know this, that all the elite guards are minimum, probably without armor, 5'11" or higher. With
probably-
armor adds at least an inch, if not 2.
It's probably a requirement because
It does look like one of the requirements.
like being
As well
able
as
to
just to be strong enough to wear the armor.
You have to scoop trash.
And they are very intimidating. They come in and like, ka-chunk, ka-chunk, ka-chunk.
Howdy.
They're at the front of the room. Hastings steps on, it looks like there is like a little, once again, kind of a fold down thing so she can step,
To the-
actually in front of the table.
Oh, okay.
She's wearing the same kind of uniform as a standard guard, except you see a special badge. You can infer that it probably means that she's a commandant. You know she's a commandant. The other thing she has is a special hat. In this particular case, it looks like... Actually, no, she's not wearing the hat. She's wearing her standard helmet. It is a custom helmet, but it's domed and flat-brimmed, so it sheds a lot of water and stuff like that. It looks well-oiled. It has the insignia of the guard on it in the King's Guard. King's Shield on it. Yep. But it seems to be embossed in. It looks quite nice. Like, not necessarily expensive. Like, it looks like made out of steel. Like, it's a good, solid-looking hat, but it looks pretty nicely engraved. Maybe a gift for service or something like that. But she's wearing that. She looks stern. A little older. How old is she? She looks about middle age for a halfling.
Okay.
Let's see, what else? She looks particularly well built, but at the same time, she carries herself very lightly. At the same time, she's not wearing much heavy armor. You walk to the front. And here you have information regarding the Countess crew.
Indeed we do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Before we begin, that is not the only information we have of importance. It also involves certain
Parties.
parties that like to inhabit the soup.
Anonymous as possible.
Then Sparky obviously glances at.
We all look
The
at the elite guards.
Let's see, how would she react to that?
And this is a kobold saying it.
True.
So, like, I feel like there's a bit more to infer there.
Yeah, she's got pretty good. That's an understatement. She's built for a person. A role.
Yeah.
She gives you a hard glare, but is taking you in and your demeanor and goes, I think I understand this to a degree. As a courtesy, I will dismiss the other guards, but I will keep my escort. She dismisses the first guy you talked to, as well as some of the other clerks that seem to be following her.
2 elites stay.
The 2 elites.
Yeah, cool.
Anything you say to me, you may say to them.
Alright then.
This is Captain. I named them. Oh,
Carver.
no,
And this is Captain Jenkins.
no.
No relation.
No, the guard, the guards are just guards. They don't have names. No, the name of what they are. They're the acceptance
Custodians.
squad.
Adeptus.
You didn't name them. Now you said
Acquisition squad.
that. No, it's.
No, it would be Petroac.
You would have figured this out back in.
It's
Lorana.
written on their shield. Like it's.
I don't recall anything about it, so I'm
No,
I remember
exactly
this.
what, when Cantus showed up, he told us
Yeah.
what the name of them were.
Because the initials are on them.
Yep.
That's the initial.
Something is
The
shield.
Adeptus.
Something with shield.
Of course, it's something.
It's gotta be
God,
something.
just listen to this fucking podcast.
The Aquelan Shield.
Not King Shield. That's all what they're already called.
Half the
Children
rest
of
of King's
Revolt.
Nope, that's not it. King's Eminence. I'm in the right area.
But yes.
Oh! King Shield's Advanced Collection Unit. They're the ACU.
Sounds right.
Yep.
That does sound familiar.
That sounds like a civil rights group.
That's because of the ACLU.
We're due paying members here in this household.
Advanced collection.
Advanced Collection Unit. That has to do with their history, but also what they specialize in. But they also are bodyguards.
Yeah.
For elite members. The ACLU. So the Advanced Collection Unit. So they have ACU written across them, as well as the insignia for King's Shield.
Gotcha.
This is a captain of the King's Shield, one of several we have here, and is a personal friend and bodyguard and confidant of mine. And anything you can say to me, you may say to him. His comrade in arms, I believe I can trust as well.
This is my close friend.
And this
Kyle.
is his close. Oh my god, there was a scene in Parks and Recreation. Like,
Alright.
never mind. Okay. Well, I will start out with the kobolds then, because it's directly related,
area
and also
of
my area of experience. Cantus, I'm sure you've known that Cantus hasn't met with the kobolds the last.
I know of the meetings, but I am not privy to their
I
specifics.
see.
Kobolds missed the last one.
The kobolds meeting physics and worried about them.
No word.
And I'm going to go check on them. We found one of the kobolds, and he informed us that they had a problem with some trading partners.
Alright.
This is a bigger problem. The problems they're having is that they're trading possibly infected with something. They just didn't seem sure. The pitch in this plan is that trading partner is the Cantus crew, trading with them for quite some time. What do they say, like 10 years?
5
years.
Actually, I don't think you said that. So now you know. 5 years.
You said several years, so that's...
And frankly, we are at a loss of what exactly to web of a situation. Help the kobolds. That's frankly a personal mission. But also, we want to help you with Cantus crew, which we've just learned are considered friends with the kobolds.
Okay.
It's getting complicated, and I don't know how to handle the situation. I would bring you information. Did he say we'd be able to help us out in finding them? No, he just told us to come up and gather information. He just told us to come up and gather information for him. Yes, the kobold. Our liaison.
Okay. By the way, can you close that? Because I keep getting distracted by myself.
Sorry. I just liked it because I like the extra light being able to look outside, which I can't do now. Because
Which
it's dark.
I didn't see myself when it was light out.
Darkness.
Cool.
I see. That is quite a predicament.
Predicament?
Thank you. Quite a predicament. I can't actually say that word. Predicament.
Conundrum.
Conundrum.
Quantum
Tangled web.
Let's see. This crew has been quite a thorn in our side for several years now. They have ties to illicit gambling, smuggling, trading of illicit substances, money laundering, loan sharking, maybe any illicit activity they have some kind of hand in. We have busted small members of them beforehand, but the loyalty of that group is quite deep. And fortunately, they've also succeeded in escaping from our humble jails and cells several times. And they feel that they usually can just wait us out if they are caught. We've not been able to capture any of the main members, of which we know very little about anyway. It is a very frustrating thing to know of these kobolds, to know that through the King's Hall and the sewer engineer services, that they are routinely provided with necessities of various forms, foods, building materials, and such. You know that goes up when a civil project comes into play. So we provide the bricks and the mortar.
And they provide the building.
Mm-hmm. Along with that, we also provide food what we can. And so I do know at least the state itself does care of them. To what we were what I feel like we thought were adequate degrees. If they are trading with these members, I cannot rule out the possibility that they are fully aware of the actions.
I can. The kobolds seem very genuinely... it was to the point where he thought the word bandit meant, like, because they described themselves as bandits, he had a problem with bandit. Talked it through and he said, I'm just bandits. It is very, very likely that they don't actually know of the illicit activity.
It's not like
It seems to be a disconnected language between the kobolds.
Also, just
and culture.
Like
Kobolds
culture
stay in the
shock.
ground
'Cause
so long.
despite being so near, they have very different culture.
See, well, I'd like to believe in naivety. It's not something I can roll out even with your admission, so it's mostly something I...
Here, just take it into mind.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's all.
But if they know where the Mantis crew is currently hiding, it might be to our advantage to pressure them in order to find out their natural hiding spot. We have raided many of their headquarters before, but they always seem a step or two ahead of us, having left it sometimes even just hours before we get there. Most likely there is some leakage inside my department.
I was going to suggest magic.
And magic is also quite possible. If you don't want to be found in this world, there are several ways of doing so.
Yes, Sparky, can I help you?
That was Michael looking at it.
Yes, Michael, can I help you?
No, thank you, though.
Right.
That's what...
The point being, the Cantus crew is a thorn in my side for several reasons, but I do know that they are seen at times neutrally among the populace, especially because they offer services not easily attainable at many places, as well as substances not necessarily legal, but yet enjoyable.
Right.
It gives them quite a lot of power, as well as a steady revenue stream. They'll bribe and force their way out, as well as pay for magical service. It makes it difficult tracking them down and finding them and pinpointing them. Nonetheless, I do believe they're a blight on this city. I've made it my own personal mission to rid them. If you say the kobolds do know where they are,
I do know that he knew where they were. The general...
At the very least, they know how to get in regular to trade.
Oh, we could definitely use that to our advantage. It would be most helpful for my guards. I do know the sewers are a labyrinth among themselves, and by our agreements with them, that not all tunnels are safe. Now, mostly this is due to discourage the curious wandering creature, monster for the most part, but a trap is as deadly to a person as it is to them. And they, only they truly know the sewer system. Without their cooperation, if they told us where it is, it won't be much help. Without being able to navigate to it. You might be able to enter I've been told at least, you can enter the sewer next to a whole system and have to go 3/4 of a mile before you go to the tunnel would be just 5 feet to your right.
I mean, yes, that is definitely possible.
Drive in West Virginia. Building your straight lines.
It also helps that I am a kobold as well.
This is useful. We might be able to use your services. Look, as far as the government is concerned, the Cantus crew is an enemy of the state and a blight. Even if we can help them, if you come into contact with them, it is your duty, citizen of the Empire, or citizens of the Empire, or at least their residences, to... It is your moral obligation to let us know when you find them, and, if within your ability, to fight and capture them, so that they stand trial. At the very least, the leaders. I don't care about the scrubs. They gather, or they can be killed. Either way, anyone associated with the Cantus crew has a standing warrant on their head. So, if you do capture one, or do kill one, bring back the body, there's always a standing, as long as they can be proven as members. We do have ways.
So it's fairly black.
As far as the state is concerned.
I also want to mention... Did I tell him you know the Cantus? One of our number does know the Cantus.
Learned from
an encounter we had in Rodheim. Her name came up.
Tomlin mentioned you.
Makes sense. I am well known within certain circles.
Especially because this seems to be kind of your pet project.
More than a... Yes, a project more than a pet.
Got it.
But if you know the call sign, then you should recognize this, and she'll tap it out. You're not hiding it, so I'm not going to roll anything. Yeah. Actually, no. She will do an insight on you to figure out if you did that. I'm going to do it after, since you're being truthful and stuff like that. It's going to be based off your passive.
Oh, if I was just copying her?
Yeah. Are you copying, or do you know this? Is what she's reading?
Because isn't like one of a call sign into the call sign.
There is call sign, countersign. In this particular case, this is just the special.
This is just a call.
This is literally just meaning like this, like I'm associated with. It just means Cantus crew.
Gotcha.
But it's Cantus crew in Thieves' Cant.
Cool.
It can come in different ways. You would know how to translate it into words or anything like that. But there is
I was tempted to write it on the chalkboard.
There is just.
I curved my chaos for that one. You're welcome.
But you can tap it out. You can say it. There's a couple different ways. Thieves' Cant is very versatile in that way.
We should have done that chalkboard. And then when she did the call sign, just go over and flip the chalkboard back.
We are all divination winners.
Oh yeah, she can tell that you know this.
Yeah.
In the sense, she's quite good at reading people.
Ah, yes, we're the thief.
Yeah, we're not getting into that. Let's see. She just. Thank you for letting me know, because that being forthcoming with that does lead into your favor, at the very minimum.
If we're at risk of encountering some of these folks, do you have any?
No, if we could infiltrate them, we'd probably have the headquarters by now. For you, possibly. They know every member of my guard, elite and otherwise.
Throwing out ideas.
As a side note, a man was sent to prison here named Smiling Liar.
Mm-hmm.
Still in prison here?
Executed last Tuesday.
Oh, that's incredible, because he was only sitting here last Tuesday.
Official process.
He is currently awaiting judgment. His trial has already occurred, and because of Homlin's intervention, I'm assuming you've already mentioned him, so I'm assuming you're familiar. I do believe he has left already. He was only here for a short time. But
yeah, we were involved in the whole
The
capture of Smiling Liar, and
I see. So you're the party in question.
that was us.
Yeah. Speaking of which,
Pac Magica now.
Yeah, Pac Magica.
We get things done.
Didn't have a name then.
I understand. Thank you for your services to the state, the Empire at large. Calling of a rogue king's rep is embarrassing, but necessary. It's good to see one of their number reduced. It means a more purity of the remaining metaphors on my thing. Good to see him behind bars.
There you go.
Yeah.
We don't reach for
What about Rufus Sapp? Was
That
one of the
is,
other bandits that came with. He was the old guy that actually taught us the Cantus.
Yeah, he was the one who
That was the one that you...
And told us to look for
we
Roger.
tricked
Yeah.
into.
You
The
tricked
one that
him.
I punched in the face.
Yeah.
Yeah. He like the
Multiple
little, the
times.
slimy dude.
Yeah.
Sleazy. I believe him and his other compatriots that were brought in, I believe was just him?
Jill Bailey.
Jill, yes.
Thid.
Shoom.
Vince Webb probably got his corpse brought in.
Yeah.
Yes, he
'cause
brought
Vincent
his
was
corpse.
dead.
And then there was nobody else that was part of that.
Yeah.
In all official record, that was it.
Each one of them had standing warrants on their head. Being involved in this group has allowed them to have a stay of execution until this has resolved itself. Did occur yesterday evening after the trial with Cantus.
What, the execution?
The stay of execution.
Stay of execution was lifted yesterday, is how I should...
They're looking for upcoming shortly execution.
No, they're currently hanging out in the morgue.
Oh, okay. Sorry, that was Grace trying to figure out what you were talking about.
Yeah, no, this got really confusing. They had a stay of execution until this was wrapped up. They were fully wrapped up yesterday.
Well,
they were killed
and then they
this
were wrapped
morning.
up.
Yeah, they were killed this morning.
You got a high-level priest. They might know more.
We could talk to them.
Yeah, because
'Cause that's where we found this
that's
call.
where we that's how we found out the call sign.
We
Also,
have tried that before. They do know who is talking to them. And most, at that point, are aware of such magics. And won't talk any further.
Aren't snitches even in death?
Honestly, it's far more common than you think, because they don't know anything new.
They got nothing to lose.
No.
Honestly, you're talking to a body, and honestly, the body's far more loyal than the mind ever was. It's easier to pick on someone's greed or ambition or fears than it is to threaten the
No, I'm
body.
saying I get it.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
No, it's just frustrating. I would like to talk to more bodies if it meant that, but no, they only know what they know.
You know about a guy named Roger?
I may have some guards named Roger.
Apparently he's the guy to talk to if you want to talk to
Yes, that is what Rufus told. Ask for Roger.
So if we wanted to try us asking around, not affiliated with y'all.
It would be your best bet. We're a big city, but not that big.
Mm-hmm.
All my men are known, even my more secretive ones, and it's hard to recruit in a town nobody knows your name. So unfortunately, it makes infiltrating these kind of groups quite difficult for us. If we would go around using that bit of information, would it be correct? We could never prove. They would know our faces.
Yeah.
They might even change it after that.
Mm-hmm.
We're new to town. We've caused some ruckuses.
It would be your moral duty as Empire citizens to do so, and it would be a great appreciative by myself. And probably Cantus. I know that the Cantus crew taking
He don't
his...
like them.
He doesn't like people besmirching his family name.
It's fair. It's a long and historied name.
Since the minimum of the
Big
founding of
house.
this town. Well, not always Cantus, believe it or not. It changed 70 years ago. To Cantus.
What it used to be.
It's all...
Hey,
It's
Alex, look up floor.
Comtus.
Garland.
Sorry?
Garland.
Garland?
Garland.
There is one other matter it is very much a what-if scenario. In the off chance that the kobolds are not intentionally involved in the illicit affairs of Cantus crew. I came from Hinterfell. I've the entire time I've been trying to think of a correct way to say this, like the entire campaign. I feel like uplifting the kobolds sounds a little douchey.
It feels a little 80s dreamlike, but that's about it.
I've been trying to uplift Old Race kind of as a whole. Started with Hinterfell, had quite great success. They are
Encourage
actually
them to come into the light.
yes, quite well integrated with, and I was hoping the world to be innocent. I would very much like to able to taste of the fruit.
If they wish to become topside, interact with our great city, become even more productive members of society than they already are, they already pull their weight more than many a man I have seen.
Looks at one of her cards.
Looks at Kyle.
Gosh, Kyle!
No, Kyle's here. He's an elite. He's poor as what.
He
But
also coughed last Tuesday, and Steven had to cover his
wedding. I put
Steven had
booked that
already...
time out 2 months ago.
Doesn't matter. Steven had already worked a triple.
Why'd you give it just... That's your fault. You're the manager.
I put this in a month in advance. Months in advance.
Anyway.
Engaged for 3 years.
You know what, Rosie? You have to find your own replacement if you need to call off.
Anyway,
Alright.
if they wish to become topside, please. They are already granted what little we can give them, protections of the Empire. Those in the know are the ones who most need to know. Antis, the other king's reps of the wards, myself, and several other high-ranking members. We already know that they come out at night periodically and will scavenge, trade with certain individuals. If they wish to just keep expanding that, it is perfectly fine with us. They already granted them. It is by their choices that they stay hidden.
Very well. I just wanted to be clear with my intent. Cantus knows this as well. I just wanted to make like upper echelons know of what I intend to do and what is done.
If they wish to participate more fully in our great city, they are fully welcome.
Good. Thank
But
you.
if they choose not to, they are still granted actions.
Yes.
We've already done much for this city. Having a full working sewer system is the envy of many towns in the plains. Fortunately, well, not unfortunately, coal boats are more rare in the plains, though not unheard of. They like the mountainous regions from the few conversations I have had. I'm not privy to those weekly meetings, but I have been around a while. I was a young girl when they first came, though I never knew until merely a few decades ago when I took my position as Commandant. And even then I'm not privy to all the information. Truly only those who need to know no. But I make sure that sightings of strange animals in the night get covered up and...
There's quite a lizard problem.
That I heard of.
That was
Yeah.
cool.
What?
Cool. The make a fucking joke.
Oh, okay. If you were making a joke, she understood that.
Yeah, like I was making a joke of like, oh wow, there's
Strange animals.
Oh,
in the rain.
I thought you were referring to dragons in the sewers.
No.
Okay, just...
Oh, yes. There's also one other thing I should tell you. Once again, Cantus is already in the know, but there was...
Dragons.
This probably isn't your specialty, but there was dragons in the sewers planning a bank heist.
The Bankites would be
Actually, I
under
had
my
formal
purview.
training in that.
Actually, I would be interested in the bank heist information. I do have a meeting later today with Cantus.
Yeah, that might be what it's about.
Well,
That is most definitely what it's about.
not just myself, but also the captain of the guard himself.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the
Sorry, it's not captain of the guard. There are captains. The commander of the shields.
And we do have solid evidence that they're planning a heist.
but
Yeah, the
I would hope so.
Yes.
It would feel hard otherwise to justify such. Just being black dragons themselves warrants their.
I didn't say they were black dragons.
You're right.
we just reverse it.
No, you said dragons. I knew the answer. Not making this deeper than it is. No.
She was the ringleader. She was the
Like,
dragon that birthed all the other dragons.
She's an
About this
ancient
time, we
black
noticed this halfling before us was actually a 20-foot tall black dragon.
He pulled a full Maleficent and he bursts out of the building.
Wow.
Like fucking Maleficent.
Yeah!
Really just said it's gonna show up on the recording.
Nobody listens to me! That's what you hear me.
Oh, man, this no, you said dragon. So,
Yeah.
Anyway,
That was funny.
being dragons themselves, especially of chromatic nature, would be warrant enough for their. I said especially of the chromatic nature would warrant their calling or relocation.
Yeah, chromatic.
That alone is enough. If you felt the need to embellish it without established evidence, be a
That'd be-
That'd be
strange.
no point.
Yeah, it'd be quite weird. I'm not sure if we could hold it against you, but it.
Meanwhile,
Not
if you
illegal.
wanna-
Yeah.
We
If
want
it wasn't
to-
true, it might question your other statements going forward. But so hopefully it is.
we told Cantus and presented him with the evidence, and hopefully y'all can tell the bank?
Cantus
lending company.
was going to talk to the bank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell them about their security
The
issues.
Richmond Holdings
Holdings
and
and
Savings.
Yeah.
And lending company.
They lend mostly to. I've mentioned this too.
The mining company.
Yes, they lend to
I
mining
just
companies.
couldn't remember the name of
Yeah,
the company.
not quite a personal bank. They're a bank for
Companies.
Business.
business, but it also means that they run the payroll.
Yeah, those dragons had some security flaws pointed out.
Yeah.
It'd be good to know to counteract them.
Yep.
There are 4 of those fuckers down there. We heard.
We have them. We have all 4 of them.
I know there
Oh no, we don't. We sold them
We
all.
sold them all.
That's why I said there were.
Yes.
Well,
Yes.
you've kind of left the headless, handless, rotting corpses down there. Like
Sure.
just the meat. The
Yeah.
meat is terrible. Chromatic dragon meat. It's
Meat
not
and bone.
good.
One of the gelatinous cubes will get it.
We just leave it over the grate. The gelatinous cube tries to go towards it. It just kind of
Oh, no!
as it goes.
Poor buddy.
There's ways of them getting out. It just takes a while.
But he wanted the dragon.
That's how you make a lot of gelatinous cubes.
It's a cheese grater.
Went through a cheese grater like a freaking sea
Sound
slug.
like
or
Minecraft slime.
Like a
just
sea
breaking
sponge through a
smaller-
sieve.
I like the idea of like a group of kobolds, like one has a bucket and one has like a cheese grater, just like in front of it, just. Okay, move back.
Give me a new
And
cheese
dump-
grater.
And dump. Give me a new bucket.
Dude, if the kobolds could figure out how to grow those things, that'd be like
You
a
feed the
huge
black
money.
dragon.
Because they I'll guarantee you, someone on this continent knows how. The kobolds here are very good at specific things. They have not learned how to breed.
Farming gelatinous
Slimes,
cubes is
yeah.
not one of them.
No.
Somewhere there might be, you might say, a slime rancher.
It's like put a sheet,
Hey,
like put
I
a sheet
played
of
that game, it
glass
made
up
me
in the
sad.
middle.
I could totally see it being kobold specifically, though.
Is
That
there?
like, but yeah, no, it's easier for them to buy and purchase them and have them
Sad
get
coming
shipped in.
up.
The ending is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
But yes, that is fascinating. I hope to get that cleared up today. At least information-wise.
Yeah,
they're dead.
information-wise, technically it's already cleared up, but
Well, the bodies are still down there.
Can't get much weirder.
We
Oh,
couldn't
that will
really-
only help your...
We couldn't really haul the whole carcass.
I did hear about a group of individuals going around and selling specific things.
That was
Like,
us.
That was us.
all right.
oh my god, we forgot to get that dragon breath potion.
Go get it.
Yeah.
Third.
There you go.
They-
That we got.
You did.
We just picked it up.
No, a Puddlefoot did stop by and she mentioned you guys.
Yeah,
A close
we've been
personal
around.
friend.
Yeah.
We've been
We've
around.
been neighbors for near 30 years.
That's very
Just
nice.
under.
We don't tend to stay idle.
Well, thank you for taking care of that. Hopefully you can compensate it as necessary.
We were.
I also hope the corpses themselves were quite lucrative.
Actually, the sewer guy was a bit stingy with alligator killing.
In his defense, it was alligators.
Also, in his defense, he wasn't authorized to give us more.
He was.
Oh, he was?
He was the issuer of the thing, and he was the one who was allowed to do it.
Oh. I thought this was like what his boss told him to pay for it.
Nope, he is the boss.
Yeah, I knew that. I kind of
I did
knew
not
that in
get that.
some part of my soul, but I'd already failed the persuasion check.
I did not get that.
He was. He's head of sewer maintenance, and
Yeah.
he's got an official title written somewhere in my notes.
I'm proficient in
Yeah,
persuasion.
he well and thoroughly refused his hazard pay.
That's true.
He's very. If it's who I'm thinking of, he's. Sorry, we have a lot of sewers and a lot of maintenance projects.
Yeah.
We're from. I've gone to some functions with him. Apparently, we're built on limestone, and even if we didn't have the sewers, we'd have.
Paturus.
Yes.
Yep.
Serious. Even if we didn't have the mortar tunnels, we would have nothing but sinkholes and underground mining networks of just funneling water that goes anywhere. Apparently, without the Cobalt's intervention, Richmond probably wouldn't exist in...
Its current state.
Probably, well, no. It would just go away in geological terms. No time at all. Apparently, in normal terms, that's somewhere in the 500-year range. Feel like we could have moved out of the way by then. But he was very concerned about it, and he actually was quite fond of the Kobolds. Their workmanship has able to stabilize the foundations of many a building in this country. City.
To his credit, he kept his lips absolutely sealed about the kobolds.
That is good
Which
to know.
I already knew were here due to the interaction.
He's one of the main contacts.
Actually, that's a good question. Do you know of any of the other cities that have
kobolds?
That have kobolds.
None of it. I met my first Kobold here in Richmond.
I see.
And you're the second.
You're not the second, but you're...
It's a short list.
It's a very short list. Hardly 2 hands.
I'll take it.
So you're the seventh.
Very much that I am told what I need to know, but as far as keeping their security, what they don't do themselves, I help as best I can, but they really are competent on them by themselves. Being a secret group is quite good for the health, I have to admit. I run guards. There's not much I can do.
Fire.
I have any lost items or missing people or have a particular... Oh, sometimes that does happen. Sometimes a beast enters the sewers that they can't handle, and they'll have Paturus give out the... request a guild
This
contract.
one happened.
Probably not. Because Paturus has been talking about alligators for a couple weeks now. I don't
He
see
did
him
say-
often.
He did seem fairly convinced it was an alligator.
We've had them in the past. They're rare. About once every 2-3 years.
I figured black dragons might.
I've
be
never
rare.
seen one myself.
We have still have the skulls, or did we sell?
Yeah, we
that?
sold them as
You sold
trophies to
everything.
the
Sold them as
Adventurers
trophies.
Guild.
Oh, they're at the Adventurers Guild if you want to look.
Or
I
one.
may go see Drum. Always good for a pint.
God, does everyone in this town live?
Yes, it's
Everyone
not
else?
that big.
You also are talking to high-ranking officials who
Yeah.
know other
They all know
high-ranking officials.
All the YouTubers know each other.
The Guildmaster
God,
does know the
that's so accurate,
Commandant.
and I hate it.
It is a thing of just, you're talking to the top of, Fuck, man, you've talked to Candace a lot, and that's...
Multiple times in the past week.
Yeah, and Candace alone knows everyone.
We've well and thoroughly accidentally wedged ourselves into the upper echelons of this fucking society.
Yes!
But, like, I guess, like, the lowest socially ranking person you've kind of met is McPherson.
Yeah.
And he owns the lodge.
We met that guy on the broom.
Yeah? Oh, yeah! I know who that is. He's officially low social rank. But not like bottom, he's in the rankings.
He's important enough to ride a broom.
I love that we ran into that guy and suddenly he has a story.
Literally ran into that guy.
Now
No, he
Alex
ran
has
into
taken track
He
of him.
ran into us.
You were in the way.
Still the ones that got ran into.
We walked
It's
walked
out of
into
his
a
car.
highway.
Yeah.
Every single one.
No,
of these
I
stand out
jumped into a highway.
just to see if we cross his path.
It's okay, it's you!
Flies broom slightly higher.
Fuck you, Cam.
Do we have anything else to tell her?
I
really
don't.
I don't think so.
Do you have anything else you want us to keep in mind?
The Candace crew, besides this relationship they have with the Kobolds, which does seem to be beneficial from what I understand, they are still a menace on the population of this city, and their interactions, no matter how neutral to the population, do go against our laws and ordinances, and they gain their power and money via exploitation of our citizens of the city. Regardless...
Is she talking about kobolds right now?
No.
Okay.
Candace crew.
Okay,
Candace crew.
that's what I thought, but like I didn't hear the switch of name, so I was
It
very
was an
confused. I'm
implied
like,
switch.
wow, that was a hard right turn from
No.
kobold.
It was an implied switch.
Gotcha.
They need to be quelled for our sewers.
Regardless of what you hear, as far as the state is concerned,
That's the word.
they are criminals multiple times over and need to be dealt with via the official channels of our government system.
Point of order, then. If we got in, theoretically we'd have to do crimes to do that.
I would recommend not taking that path then. Or faking the crimes, thinking with your head maybe not staying in as long as you can. If you do any crimes, try to do stuff that can be rectified. Steal funds and then give it back.
Right.
Some of us could be inside, some be out. You just
Fair point.
There are always ways around. Get creative. You don't have the red tape I do. That being said, I don't have much red tape.
That is good to know.
Our advantage is they don't know us.
Honestly, that's all... Well, not all your advantages. That is the probably most important one of your advantages.
That I feel like we shouldn't stay at lest we get noticed here.
You should be okay. If you'd want, I do have a secondary way out. If you don't feel like you were being followed and now had any reasons to, I can allow you to use the back door.
Spot anyone following us?
I can let you do a backwards one.
I just asked Darwin because he's the most lucky.
I look
Get a
at
percept.
Tanner knows that Darwin is the most lucky.
that's 15.
Well, as you know, you don't think you were being followed or anything like that. Like, it's a Tuesday day. A lot of people were at work because it was midday. It wasn't, like...
Streets weren't.
You weren't, like, you were pre-lunch rush.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So like streets weren't crowded.
Yep.
I'm imagining.
Well, and if anyone asks, honestly, this whole visit could be related to the.
Anyway,
It's a below your pay grade.
So, like, Alex, what happened today?
I don't know. We broke into a cellar.
Oh, that thing!
Yeah.
Yes!
If
Sorry.
anybody
I was
asks,
once
that was
again
the reason we
going
were
back
here.
to the Black Dragons. I'm like, that wasn't today. That was yesterday.
No, if anyone asks, it could be about the Black Dragons. It could be about the fact that we almost got arrested, but not really.
Mhm.
Like, we have reasons to be here other than associated
I
with the
would like
guard.
to introduce ourselves and please stop breaking laws. We are the guys.
So if nobody has anything else and you don't have any trust, we can head out. Back door, front door.
Front door, and
be
we'll look
less
at
suspicious.
yes, and
Yeah.
we'll look a little smug while we're doing it, so we look like we've gotten away with something.
Sure. Perfectly fine by me. If you need any of my resources, or if you find the headquarters and would like some backup and charging it, I know a couple of men, including myself, that would not mind being by your side.
Very much keep that in mind. We have more covert ways of contacting you.
Yeah, it will probably be more covert going forward.
Well, if you have sending, you obviously can do that whatever.
We do not have sending, but we have similar way to warn you because a lot of people find that.
I've talked with Cantus enough to know telepathy. If you were talking about message, we actually do use it within our forces to a fair bit of degree. I will tell you right now that this building is protected against such spells.
Inside or outside? Like, we can't send one in, or once you're in, you can't do it between...
You can't send one in or out.
Alright.
While inside, you should be okay. But from outside, you shouldn't be able to.
So we could send one to...
Unfortunately, it's not necessarily
but we
specific
can't send
for
one.
message. It just falls under the purview of the protections.
I see.
Gotcha.
Protections from
So it's
scrying of various types.
More of a nuisance instead of an intended feature.
Yes.
Regardless, we also know the elite guards that so push comes to shove.
Push comes to worse, we can drop off a sending stone.
Yes, we do have a sending stone.
You. If they had more charges, we'd love to introduce them squad-wide, but unfortunately they're only good at very specific time. And honestly, in the heat of the moment, it's usually better to give chase and shout than stop and think.
Yeah, but it would be good for, like, if we needed to give you a report.
For you guys, it would be quite helpful.
Yeah.
Yes.
But notice, if you do it while I'm in here, it won't work.
Do you ever leave?
Often,
She will
especially
have-
at night.
She has to go home.
I do go home. If you need to contact me, there is a designated sender. I will give in
It's a
your...
shack next to the building that's not inside the
It's on top of the building, but yes.
What's their name?
I will introduce you on the way out. I believe Trevor is there right now. It is Trevor and Tyler. No.
Aww. Grace is disappointed. Are they spelled like Trevor and Tyler?
Yes.
Now, Trevor has a Y in it.
I would say no one is up there first thing in the mornings usually. They take second shift and third shift. First shift, usually shouting is good enough to get the message across. Not quite as fast as sending, but...
We'll figure out a way to get you information that you need when you need it.
We are resourceful. We'll find a way.
There we go.
And we'll try not to do anything that can't be undone.
That's going to be your best option. Though stealing from each other is a pretty good, I think,
Oh yeah, it's not illegal if you have permission.
Also,
Yeah.
if we go with the option that I think that you were suggesting, beginning, that costs a little bit. If it's for official business, could we be reimbursed for that?
What was the first thing he
I
mentioned?
was assuming it was the scroll.
Sending
Oh,
stone.
oh,
What he was talking about.
Oh yeah.
Ah, okay. Never mind.
I don't think we bought a third level scroll.
That does bring up a good point though.
Oh, that's true.
Is,
Well, this-
should we spend large resources to be pursuing of the Cantus crew? Would we be able to be reimbursed?
Maybe for success.
There are established bounties from members of the group. Should you be helped or instrumental in their capture or defeat in a
So
lethal manner,
The payment is
Reward.
acquired
Upon
through
completion.
the mission.
Does that mean you know who some of them are, or just generally if you can prove that they are or were a member?
generally. Unfortunately, their hierarchy structure and numbers are quite a mystery to us. We know a couple low-ranking people, but we don't know if they are even still alive or still existed.
I got some ways that we might.
Unfortunately, being well-known in such a town is quite a deterrent. Information gathering is probably our weakest suit at the moment. We could find the threat, we could nullify it. Finding it has been proving difficult for several years.
Guys, we're gonna go be spies.
Nothing says stealthy like clink clank. and
No,
goblin.
he's wearing.
I'm super sketchy.
He's wearing booties.
He's sketchy as fuck.
So,
And I'm
she
wearing
does take you upstairs
We go
to...
upstairs and meet Trevor and Tyler.
Yep.
Anything else that happens real quick?
No, you meet those two. You get a nice view of the Togoth Ward. This is a 4-story building.
I just figured it'd be okay to stop him.
Yep, and then you leave. No,
Cool.
that's it. You are now outside. I'm gonna say this was a long meeting.
Yeah.
It's 12:30, easily 1 o'clock. Let's make it an even number. But yeah, congratulations. You've met Constance. You've made Commandant Hastings. I'm not sure if this was implied. She's not the head of the guard.
Oh, I know.
No,
Okay.
she's just the detective or whatever in charge of this particular
This is
problem.
her,
Yeah.
this is her file.
She
This
does
is
seem to
her
have
problem.
some authority and respect. She's probably high-ranking.
She has quite
But-
a bit of authority and respect for what we see.
Yep. But she is not. She does not run this ship.
Yeah, no.
Hence why she had no real authority
Do
to
what?
help us too much.
During the session,
with
by the way, I did add
like,
that to
the
my phone.
What?
I
receipts
added
and
take stuff to my
things.
phone.
She could probably do it, but there's no way that she would like
Bother?
pay you.
Right.
Well, like it's one of those things of just like she's not gonna pay you back for money you spent.
Right.
There are rewards out there. If you are successful, that is your reward.
Reimbursement is a perk of the guard.
Good night.
If you
Bye.
could,
Bye. I'll see you next week.
and honestly, this is a common thing, but guards aren't allowed to like if they would bring down the Cantus crew, they don't get the bounties.
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
That's an actual thing though in
It's
law
their
enforcement.
job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're just doing your job at that point. So they can't
That's
claim bounties.
This is a
Fuck
good
that.
reason not to do work.
like it makes sense, but it's still
Because it's otherwise like, hey, we're putting out a $4,000 bounty for Kevin here. Oh look, I found Kevin.
Hey guys, I solved that bolo we put out. He was here. He was in the laboratory.
But yeah, no,
He's not how that word is said.
Oh,
It's fine.
but yeah, King Shield, like actual cops and stuff like that can't collect bounties. Can you? Can someone help my cat?
That was my help.
Mocking him for not being indoors.
Yeah. This actually went significantly better because I had fuck all for all of this week. I had like supreme writer's block this whole week. And honestly, most of this
We gotta be
like
undercover.
was done yesterday at like 2 a.m. plus and this afternoon.
We have Roger. We have the Black Market guy.
And then it
So no, it worked out that like. But
worked out that
we
we
have
were like
three
hurting
days.
cats today.
Yeah.
No, no,
It's
no,
just-
no,
Yeah.
on the spine.
which
I
one?
know,
I got you.
yeah.
Okay.
Which one, and how can we best convince them that we are also the criminals?
Yeah.
Basically,
Yes, we are also law-breaking criminals.
I
I
think we
think
are.
an easy way to do that would be being frugal.
Yeah.
Like
Well, 'cause they're-
if
The kobolds are great. They're not going to be able to differentiate what is what.
and if the Cantus crew, I lost my train of thought.
If the Kansas crew is, thieves that are running with the kobolds, and they find other
Thieves.
sketchy people running with the kobolds, that could be a start.
It would also give us a chance to talk to kobolds.
No, that works.
But yeah, you talked to Commandant Hastings, who gave you basically what the guards know, which is not a lot, but she also explained why they don't know a lot.
It's a small enough city that the guards can't
What
get
is
in.
going on over
But-
there?
I don't know, Sadie and Michael, or Sadie.
They are also they are a powerful resource that if you
Be
do
careful,
get in the
actually.
right situation, calling them for backup is not only a possibility, it's encouraged, and they are a strong force.
Yeah.
They just can't find the place to.
It's a force.
Yep. They also they're not gonna force try to break the sewer system. It's a matter.
There's also an entire possibility they didn't even know they were in the sewers. They could have swept the sewers a bunch of times and
They might also
That's
not
very
be in
true.
sewers.
right.
Oh yeah,
Who fucking knows?
they don't.
Yeah.
Nobody does.
Nobody
You
does
just,
except
the
the
most you know about the sewers actually, I guess, is the kobolds meet them there twice every other week.
Which
Or once a
could be
month
Nothing.
once a month.
to trade stuff.
Yeah.
And you know that happens in a sewer. That's
the
about
kobolds
it.
meet everyone roughly once a month.
But they meet
Almost everyone.
Fletcher
Fletcher's once a
once
month.
a week. Was that once a month?
I thought it was once a month.
God, I gotta listen.
I think it's once a month. It's Cantus and the other officials that they meet bi-weekly.
You've narrowed it down to they meet with Cantus and Physics, all part of that weekly group,
Bi-weekly.
bi-weekly group.
Bi-weekly.
But those members, you've heard that, from what you understand, Commandant has been to one of those a couple times. The one guy has been there at least a couple times. But the actual rotation roster who goes to those is a relatively closer cut secret. Oh, not a closer cut secret. It's they don't tell you just who shows up. You've learned it through deduction.
Yeah. We figured it out by talking to all those people.
Well, we're gonna get out of here.
All right,
Bye. Just vibing.
I love this so much.
It is really good. It's good background music. And this works so much so
When
much
there's
better
background music.
when there's background
Yeah.
music.
It's because they can't pick up dead time.
Yep.
And that is all.
Very much so.
Do you want me to take files home?
Actually, yeah. Let me go transfer this
You're good,
right
good.
now. Well, it honestly wouldn't take
glass,
too
what is in
long.
there?
Dice? Oh, that chocolate.
Ah.
Rip. Did you send me something?
What?
I sent something to the group at one point.
I sent a thing to the Discord.
Yeah, you sent something to the group.
You said, and it's not like connecting to the Discord.
I sent a picture that the spell scroll talk reminded me of. So I just.
Like the last update I have is Rick, back from 5.
No, so I sent this picture.
That was me realizing I missed ice cream.
Oh,
I'll
that
bring you
was
ice cream next week.
Yes.
Well, we're not meeting
I
on
have
Tuesday, so
yeah,
we're doing.
And then
for logistic purposes.
Yeah, and then Grace just said,
Easier.
"Idea: we go undercover with the Cantus group?" Question mark.
That's
It's
what
an
it was.
hour-long loop. I had to find a place to like, lower the volume and cut it.
Bye, Sadie.
Bye. Now it's up. Okay.
Also, I appreciate that your dice match your dress.
What? Does it?
Oh, at least in my notes, you don't have to do it this way. Crew is with a K. Okay, just crew, you know? You don't have to do it. I mess it up constantly.
No, now I have to go through and rewrite all of the time appears.
Just go through, find it, and just do a line next to the C every
See,
time.
the problem is, my notes are handwritten. I can't find without converting them all to text, and then in terms of handwriting.
I really need to work on this, though, because you got as bad as far as I prepared. Which worked out.
We spent a lot of time farting around.
Worked out for me.
We were
I was really complimentary in canceling the session. I had fuck all. I had nothing, and I'm like, I kind of knew where this was going months ago, but I'm like, all right, I need details now. And it's like, I don't know how I'm going to tie all this shit together. And like, I have
You're
this
welcome.
and that and stuff. And no. I write my best stuff the few hours before a session.
That's called rushing.
But it's like, it's just, I
The
I
rest
mean,
of
I
us have
try to
all
do
done
that too.
this.
I always do day of. Because if I don't, I will spend
Hours on 20
too
minutes
much
of
I don't know.
time.
Yep.
I do a lot of shower and late at night, like as I'm
Fair.
falling asleep.
That's honestly, like, when you're so fucking tired,
You
is
just
some of
the
the
filter turns off.
Yep.
Also at work, just when I'm doing mindless tasks, I will come up with something and go,
I would
I need to
kill
write just
for a
down
mindless task at work. I
something.
wouldn't
Is this
murder
where Plank
someone.
came from? Is something was like you having your job at the hotel and you're just like thinking of
Probably. Just because, like, I was,
I'm going to stop
I
the
got
recording.
small notebook, just